Good morning, my team. What is up, and happy Friday to you all. We have made it. We have made it to the end of the week again, you guys. It is 7/7/2023, and feeling good about it too. What is up, family? Throw some A's in the chat if you can hear me speak. Make sure to throw those A's in the chat right now if you can hear your boy speak on the microphone. How you doing, everybody? Man. Well, are we getting some upside or what? Finger and GTII is the talk right now. What is good? Samantha H., good morning to you. The war goes. Good to see you. Thank you so much. Off-Grid Gorilla, Sebastian Lim, my moderators. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much for coming by. What's up, Key? How you doing? Icarus, how you doing? Thank you so much for coming by. And yes, we will go ahead and take a look at those tickers, man. FNGR absolutely ripping to the upside, right? So please remember that yesterday we were speaking about a potential continuation to the upside on FNGR, but there was also a retracement to look at, right? But this is very, very healthy, you guys. I definitely like what's going on with FNGR. GTII as well, man, pushing that 98 cents right now, and it was actually just sitting at 97 cents just recently. So, man, very, very interesting times in the markets, right, team? Man, I'm liking it a lot. Let's go ahead and get visibility here for our screen. Where is it? Here we go. You should be catching that image now of GTII on the screen, right? Reaching that resistance level that we were talking about a few days ago, right? Right at the $1 mark. So everything is moving pretty nicely, man. So what's up, Andrew? Good to see you here as well. Thank you, everybody, for coming by. Happy Friday to you all. XX, what is up? Saying hello to me and the family, right? Steve, how you doing? Safe Pop Culture, always good to see you here. And Lion of all trades, man, what are you yelling about over there? FNGR, those shorts. Man, finger the shorts hard, he says. Good deal, man. Good deal. So, yeah, team, I was speaking about GTII and saying that reclaiming the inside of the wedge was absolutely bullish. We were in the validation process, and it looks like that validation process ended quickly, right? So we were getting some pretty nice upside suggestions as well on volatility versus momentum, right? So this is pretty good that I still have the thesis up. So just to remind everybody one more time, right, over what could be happening here. I'm not entirely sure that this is the final answer, right? But I wanted to remind you guys about this. Remember the monthly time frame where we ended up counting these 240-day iterations, right, before every cycle. So the end of this 241 days was just the last print of this monthly that we got on the close of last Friday. Okay, so now it's interesting to see that we're getting a pretty nice upside here on the following candle, perfectly following the timing that we were speaking about too. So that's very curious even still. Sebastian Lim, my bro, thank you so much for your donation. That means so much to me, my brother. Of course, we can go ahead and take a look at AMRS, FNGR, and NVVE, which was NVVE was one of the tickers that I actually brought up, right, just a few days ago. And also NVVE was a ticker that somebody asked me about in Twitter. So yeah, I can see that it's up presently about 2.48% on the day. And the ticker play that we put up 2 days ago is up again 9% on the day, looking very good. Actually, there's a lot of green in the markets today, team. That actually makes me curious over what's happening in the broader spectrum. Look at that, man. Look at that GTII. That it almost looks silly. So now ticker symbol APE actually making a new high, and it's trying to reach a break of this market structure here. We'll go ahead and keep an eye on that as well. TQQQ pushing up 40.35 on the day. And let's see, the SPY is sitting at 440.10. This is absolutely healthy, you guys. There could be an overall market recovery. Actually, speaking of the ADP report that we ended up getting yesterday, that was not exactly ideal to what we want in the macroeconomic spectrum. So yeah, that's I'm expecting this full recovery, man. This is looking very good. Although we are in a huge gap here, right? So the resistance at 440.16 is pretty much right now. I'm sorry, literally at the gap. So if we are to face any resistance by closing the gap, then yeah, I would say that it would be at around 441.98. To 441.21. Okay, so keep an eye on your SPY ticker, but I still feel bullish the broader markets. Okay, so that's looking not bad whatsoever. So yeah, team, let's go ahead and what's up, Tom R? How you doing? And now Philip saying what's up, man. Let's see. So Arca, what are your thoughts on the summer market? Well, broader market spectrum, we are in the summer now, and there is a pretty nice push to the upside, which is quite inverse to what usually happens over summer cycles, right? So usually it's the that whole saying about selling in May, right? So wow, look at that, GTII pushing $1. So we were talking about yesterday pushing the $1 mark as well, right? But damn, I didn't expect it to be that fast. That is absolutely nice. And also, look at that. 440.16 is still pushing. We're really knocking at the door here. The broader markets are certainly helping some of the assets on the micro cap spectrum and the small cap spectrum too. Okay, so what is up, Berenson? Good to see you here, man. You're legendary. So maybe I shouldn't have got out half. Oh, man. So remember we were waiting for... Oh, you're talking about GTII? Don't tell me you got out of GTII. No. Ape pushing 180 now. Damn. Woo. Guys, 440.20 on that SPY ticker. Jeez, man, everything is pushing. Man, this is a really strong day. Look at that. GTII holding that dollar mark. It's insane. What the heck is happening, man? Let's see FNGR. FNGR is retracing back, you guys, to make this. Remember, we were talking about yesterday a potential continuation of 471. But 502 is also nice, right? So now the validation process would start for this conversion of resistance into a support. So we do have support from 471 to 461 in the event to where we do retrace, which is very much needed once making a nice pump to the upside like this. Moderator Sebastian Lim and I were looking at this ticker just yesterday, and in fact, we should probably pull up a new chart to look at what's going on there. So. We found a broadening wedge, right? So, which was it could have never been seen if he didn't show me this triangle that he was looking at, right? So, that was FNGR. So let's pull that up right now. I'm very excited to show you the findings over this, right? So I hope, Sebastian, that I'm actually drawing this correctly. In fact, we could actually pull up the DM, right? Let me see if I can get an image out of it, right, without exploiting too much of the private information. So yeah, let me go ahead and just grab that real quick, and let's see. So here you are. There's the DMs between you and I. Awesome. Just a sec, team. Let's pull up that drawing and see what the deal is, right? So okay, wow. Dude, that's looking not bad, right? So for example, team, this is what I'm looking at. I know it's very, very small here, right? But yeah, no, we can't make it any bigger. But yeah, this is Sebastian showing me this symmetrical triangle here, and I immediately spotted this broadening descending wedge, and I'm like, dude, I think we're at the fourth test. This thing is about to break out, and literally on the fourth true breakout test. So this is why I'm pulling up a new chart right now, because this is it looks like it definitely is suggesting that very move. So now the thing was, And I'm actually very curious over. I'm wondering if this was actually the line. I forgot to look at that. Yeah, so it could be. It's gonna be rough. Okay, so let me see if I can get. I remember we were looking at it in several ways, right? Oh my goodness, man, that was such an amazing like call out on that, bro. I would have never seen that top regression. That's incredible, bro. Good eye. That's an incredible piece of information too, man. That's awesome. So you're doing it right from the top of the candle. That's pretty insane. Yesterday I was having you take a look at a couple other ways, like something like this here was also what I was kind of looking at. I was wondering if this retracement was the retest as well, right? So I'm not sure if that was actually working out, right? But I wanted to try my best to kind of figure this out, because there could be several waves of this, just like this too, right? Like resistance right here, break, and then you have this breakout here, retest, and then you're literally creating those ladders on the way up, right? So that was another potential regression line that I was looking at, right? So, and now let's see. So you are. Wow, dude, it's even hard to draw it. I don't even remember if you were on log or not. Were you on log chart? Let's see. So GTII boom boom candle. Are we finally breaking out? Dude, Sean, oh, good to see you, my brother. So I am really thinking that I was just speaking of that too. You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and leave this here just for now. I am gonna draw this regression line because I am extremely curious over what's happening here. Also the time frame too, brother. I think I got it wrong. I think we should be looking at this on a daily now. Whatever the case is, I'm gonna go ahead and make sure that we can get that drawn in. But anyway, Sean, oh, check this out, my brother. So good, yeah, man. There's a 104. Oh boy, look at GTII, guys. That thing is going, man. Okay. So this is what I was talking about, brother. So I don't know if you ended up seeing that big long video. It was like a 21-minute video that I put up of GTII explaining this time fractal that I noticed. But if you haven't seen that video, check this out. So I noticed that every 241 days or 240 some odd days, we get this. And it's curious because there's only 252 trading days in the year, right? So it's very close to that threshold. So every single major pump is actually followed by some type of retracement before a pump to the upside. So in this case here, we get the retracement for 241 days, and then we start the 241-day cycle with a pump to the upside, right? So now the next 241 days, we get that repump to the upside. Oh man, it's just so many cycles on this, right? Following that 241-day rule. And I mean, going all the way back to, I mean, I noticed the first iteration of this back here, starting in April 1st, 2016, and that was again this 244-day cycle before we saw a capitulation period here, and then the next period, 273 days, actually ended up going to the upside as well, and that is a repetitive motion that's been happening. I know you're looking at 819 days here. Okay, so check this out. This is where it got super crazy. This was okay. Good. I'm happy that you did see it, my brother. But yeah, just to remind whoever, guys, this is the last part. 819 days was the essential time that we capitulated for ticker symbol GTII before we faced a massive rip to the upside, of which measured around 7,000% to the upside. That's where I'm like, what just happened? Notice that this entire period here to the last candle that we just printed before we got that upside here is 822 days. And we just closed it right on this red candle. It's incredibly curious to me for us to see this upside happening right after that, right after the time cycles that we noticed. This is that usually doesn't happen, team. And I'm not a fractal guy. Okay, so that's very cool. So time is really kind of showing its true strength right now. So AMRS, guys, we got the entry point that we were talking about, 97.93 to 103 threshold, right? We're pushing onto the upside right now. We can expect the resistances to come up upwards of 110 to 113, potentially reached today. Okay, so that would be a pretty nice. I mean, to the bottom side here. if you did catch entry within this area here, relative to anywhere within this area here, right? Let's just say you caught entry at the opening of this 8-hour candle. The upside move to the bottom side of the resistance that I'm looking at here is 9.39%. Yeah, Sean, I am absolutely loving it, man. There is something special going on with GTII, and I am very thankful for it. And I very much like that retail is starting to feel like they got a little bit of a win, right? So you got to scroll out to see the channel. Arca started in 2021. So this is exactly what I'm looking at here. Check it out. So this is a broadening descending wedge that I'm looking at literally from October 2022. But yes, I can see that the start could be right around. Oh man, heck, could it be deeper? Whew, let's see how you're looking at that channel. You're looking at a macro scale channel, right? So 2021. This is the start of it here. I see it, brother. That's a huge, right. I do remember seeing that in a specific time frame. I think it was the buy daily where I ended up seeing that. Okay, check this out. Look, I drew it. I'm not gonna lie to you, dude. I almost think that we're not talking about the right ticker here too. AMRS. I'm gonna have to favor this formation here, bro. Because this is a clear break of market structure here. This is another break of market structure, and then we started a new formation. But I mean, I guess if you want to draw a channel from here to here, it's possible. But I don't think this is the place or time to do it, right? But let's see. You're talking about FNGR. Damn. Let's go ahead and pull up FNGR. What the hell are you doing? Who hired Arca? All right, so here we go. 2021 could have been right over here, right? So that the capitulation period. Oh man, that's interesting how FNGR ended up getting that. Let's see. So that's are you looking at December? You got to scroll out to see the channel, Arca. December. Let's see. Started in 2021. Let me look at the other one here. Dude, this is crazy on the daily. Yeah. This is February 2021, where we started a capitulation period. You're looking at a larger scale one, right? So that's where my mistake was. I see it. Do you see how it's somewhat fractal, right? That this capitulation here to this rise is very similar to this capitulation to this rise, dude. And then also this one here. So, man, this thing is like it's like a siren almost, man. It's really interesting what's happening within this. But yeah, let me see if I can actually get that drawn in. You talked about from the very top side. Actually, you did it from here, right? So let's see. Yeah, it was something like this, right? And we're at the breakout right now, man. 478. Jeez. Okay, so yeah, that could be the resistance touch, rejection, and test number 5, true breakout. Right, so of course, sometimes the test number 4 doesn't always have to succeed. It's just within our discretion to make sure that we can look at the potential signals, right? And this could potentially be the regression line for the downside. Now, which means that we have essentially found our target for the macro scale, right? So you're looking at the daily time frame here. So even in the daily time frame, bro, I feel like we could get this even tighter. And that top side target is very, very familiar to the 52-week high. Actually, not the 52-week high. Let me see. Is that the drawing there? Yeah, to the all-time high of what was it? $15 or $17. Wow. So yeah, it's very, very close to that top side target there. And this is essentially the broadening wedge that we found, right? So now I want to show you this, right? I think we can get it. I think we can get this macro scale channel to look a little bit different, and I think this could be it here, right? So either the 3-day or the 5-day, and I'm thinking that it could be, it may be, I mean, they're both actually very nice. The 3-day makes sense because we were resisting right at the top side, and we opened that 3-day iteration now. Literally just opened it, right? And this is continuing to the upside here, and the retracement here would essentially land back at 426 at one point to continue this. So this is what I was speaking to you about yesterday. To release the oh yeah, look at the resistance here, man. I'm gonna light this up here. Check out this resistance, the relevance of it, man. This is absolutely rhyming. FNGR has so many areas of confluence within this resistance that we're facing right now. That is very likely why we're facing that top side. So yeah, that's what I meant, is to wait for the one more run to the upside, right? Just like we talked about last night. Wait for that extra run to the upside, sell that geometric target, wait for the long validation. So your confirmation would be a closure of a daily candle upside of the target of 427. That would be one way of validating or confirming the support. Then you long the support and we wait for the next run up. Okay, so the next run up has a few resistances on the way, but I think that if you play that ebb and flow, you may be able to just literally hold from here, right? And then of course the resistance levels that we're going to be facing are 793 to around 933. Huge resistance. 933 being very I'm sorry, let me give it to you like a little closer. Let me see. No, yeah, 933 is, or 924. Very critical resistance there, brother, okay? 924 is a critical resistance. So we have what could look like as a tweezer top here, another tweezer top iteration here. All these iterations of tweezers show an extreme amount of capitulation right after. This all makes sense, so much sense now. Okay, good. I'm happy that you're actually seeing what I'm talking about, because you know, upon any breakout like this, we need that retracement. I mean, I guess we don't have to do it, but oftentimes it does happen, and we retrace, right, and then we pump to the upside. So I have to take off. Let's go, GTII. Thanks for all the DD, my bro. Sean, oh, good to see you here, my brother. Take care. Be safe. We'll talk soon, my dude. If you have any questions at all, send me a DM and we'll go over them, okay, my brother? But it's good to see you here, my dude. Be safe out there. We'll chat soon. And now, EO, what's up? Saying not playing around with this play. No, man, not at all. This is a macro breakout, bro. So, overall, remember that the target that we're looking for here is essentially $15 to $17. Sean, oh, that's so kind of you, my bro. I really did not expect you to do that, dude. Take care, drive safe, and we'll talk very soon, okay, my bro? Thank you for your donation, dude. I owe you one, my brother. So, yeah, team, that's kind of what I'm looking at here, right? So another thing to kind of keep an eye on here, of course, is your fibs, right? Are your fibs, sorry. So let's take a range high to current range low of a Fibonacci retracement to see if we're following any type of geometric structure here, right? So, and I mean, it's actually pretty nice. Yeah, resistance right at the 3 spot 272. Right, that was a 523 resistance. Of course, is facing that resistance at 508, just so ever so slightly, just like the play goes. This is what I tell you, team, or actually I tell my students this all the time: is just try to remove position, cover position, or liquidate your position when you're very close to the target. Do not bank on the exact dollar. Right, go ahead and just take profits while you can. So just shy of your target, the next relevant candle of resistance would do it. Right, so this was the 3 spot 272 touch. The retracement that we're facing right now will face a very temporary support at 444, 2 spot 618. Awesome. That is good to hear. Sebastian. So VOCL OG audit completed this week. Alternative financing in the works. My brother, we're going to have to go over VOCL. We got it right here. So yes, David, good to see you here, my brother. So now journey to the center of the universe, GTII. Let's go, my bro. That is absolutely ripping to the upside. We're going to take a look at that again as we move on through the day. Okay, so yes, team, temporary support at 444. Potential resistance again at around that 480 before eventually touching back down to that 424 or 426 area. Which is just upside of the 2 spot 272. That validation process would be the conversion of resistance from the wedge into a support before a continuation to the upside, and that is essentially the long signal right in here. Ideally, team, we get a daily closure upside of 426. Okay, if we get a daily closure upside of that 426, that is confirmation enough for me for a support conversion, and then we could actually long that potential. So you're still expecting another upside before 423, another upside. Sebastian, 423, I remember that was a resistance level for what ticker again? That was FNGR. Let me pull up the other chart. So yeah, 420. Let me see. 426. Sorry. Let me see here. Yeah. Actually, I expect. Yeah. That's what I mean. So retracement back. Right now, high of day already printed. I think that. I mean, there could be a continuation to the upside here upon reaccumulation, right? But it's conditional. That is absolutely psychological too. So what I'm talking about, is a retracement back to 444 in the relevant short term. Then that 444 would eventually come back to the space of 480 to 508, resist again, and then we would come back to that area of about 420-ish, 426, right? So it looks, man, if I'm being either 424 or 426, right at that support. Okay, so if we are going to do that, I'm thinking that can happen today, right? So we'll see that real quick. So SOUN with a green pop-up in the AM. No way. We were looking at SOUN yesterday. I'm not even sure what the hell I said about SOUN. But guys, let's go ahead and touch right back into some of these stickers that we're looking at, right? Look at that. GTII, very strong hold on that 104 target. That is a strong area of resistance. Please remember that this is the break of the knot 382 and the golden pocket. So GTII landing inside of that golden pocket and closing a daily candle inside of this pocket right here between the knot 618 and the knot 382. That is a very bullish area to be in, and of course it's a very difficult area to break into as well. Okay, so we want to see 108 today, guys. If we can get that close at about 108 or any higher than that, that is going to be a very bullish stance and a very bullish statement coming out of GTII, and we can only expect some pretty good news to come out of that potential support team. So this, with that said, I want you to be very careful with the way you're trading this right now, okay? Because this right now, whoever gained entry from that 70-cent zone could be taking profits at this 104 to 107 level as a day trader, right? So that would essentially pull us back to around, I'd say, 97 cents before a continuation to the upside and breaking into the 107 area. Okay, so let's see. Sorry, Arca, I missed out on your AMRS analysis. We'll take a look at that as well, my brother. So this is it's critical. Okay, it is critical that we succeed the inside of the 107. Usually, you know what? We're gonna draw a box in this so that we can keep an eye on it together, right? So just like this here is essentially that box that we want to break into. This is a very bullish zone between the 0.618 and 0.382 Fibonacci ratio. This is a very strong geometric zone. 104 holding very strong, very nice, and I love it, man. GTII looking absolutely powerful. One more time, the FNGR. Let's see if we're actually retracing back right now. It looks like we are. Remember, we're looking at that touchback down to about 444. Okay, that's going to be the bounce to face that resistance at about the space of 480 to 503 or 508. Sorry, then the entire retracement back to 426. 426 would just to remind everybody, 426 would be essentially your long signal, right? So for a continuation to the upside, this is a macro breakout, and we are set to make some pretty interesting moves regarding this here. So not only the fact that there are millions and millions of synthetic shares to be covered here, but there are absolutely synthetic shares to be covered in the lit exchange, meaning at any given price that FNGR is trading at, those shares will have to be located and will have to be placed. So that is a pretty scary notion here, because there is a lot, right? The allowable float here is 23.8 million. It's a very tiny float. So if we're talking about multiple multipliers above the 23 million threshold of allowable shares, that's this thing has the potential to rocket ship, right? But we don't want it to rise immediately to the upside. We want it to actually gradually go, right? Of course, the squeeze plays are nice because we can get a huge pump to the upside real quick. I'm just afraid of that because a lot of people may not be ready to trigger their sell, right? So if you're not ready for that sell, then you're going to be a millionaire for a minute and then you're not. Right, so just keep an eye on those things too, okay, team? So let's go ahead and go back really fast here to AMRS and take a look at that potential for our moderator and analyst Sebastian Lim right? So we ended up getting that entry, right? We ended up getting the entry from the threshold of 97.93 to 103 that we spoke of yesterday. Okay, so this is it is an inflection point. I'm not saying that this is set to just move on to the upside forever and ever from here, but it is very similar to FNGR. This is a broadening descending wedge macro breakout as well. Okay, so a lot of tickers are going to be doing this breakout because the overall trend starting from November 2021 up to literally today, we built a macro scale broadening descending wedge on a lot of these tickers, especially the ones that are NYSE, NASDAQ traded, right? So that's what I'm talking about here. Anyway, we got the entry, right? We're talking about the entry 97 to about 103. The top side resistance that I'm looking at could be a good 9.4% away if you did catch that entry right at around that target of about $1.01, right? So you're currently up around 6 or 7% to the upside. Wait for the resistance level though. My overall resistance that I'm looking at for AMRS is 110 to 113, and that is relevant to just raw price action. I have not looked at any other metric thus far, and actually we are getting the first sign of a bullish signal here. This is the 8-hour golden cross starting to happen on AMRS. I mean, as soon as that thing actually makes the a cross upside of the SMA 200, I'm talking about this blue line here. This is the SMA 50, right? And this is the SMA 200. This line crossing upside of the pink line would create a golden cross. Very, very bullish signal. And that would lead to a continuation to the upside here, right? We would resist anywhere between 110 to 113. Then we would retrace to come back and test the validity of the golden cross at around 107, literally where we are right now. So the conservative trader would essentially wait for the resistance touch and then the validation of the golden cross and trade the SMA 50 upward and onward. Okay, so that's a very nice strategy happening here, and I am liking it. So this means that the golden cross has happened already in the 6-hour, the 4-hour, the bi-hourly, the hourly, the 30-minute. All of those have already gotten the golden cross. We are cascading in a bullish effect right now. Okay, guys, this is a very, very bullish asset right now, and I would consider keeping it in your watch list because it's making some gains on the day, and I'm very impressed by it. Okay, so anyway, man, E, what's up, man? Thank you so much for your donation, my dude. That means a great deal to me and my family. I couldn't express many more thanks to you, my dude. Thank you so much. So you're in at 101. Okay, so 101. Let's see. Okay, good, man. You actually caught that very entry that we were talking about just now. Okay, good. 101. That's a perfect entry. Wait for that resistance level. We're talking about 110 to 113. And then you can actually just take the scalp, right? So I would actually just remove the risk from here. I know that the 101 is a good area, whatever, but I honestly, when you're having volatility like this, man, I do not care too much about the about leaving position open, meaning leaving runners in, because I can clearly see that there's a huge influx in volatility, and it's specifically in the shorter time frames, creating a pivot towards the upside. The 8-hour time frame is barely reacting towards the upside of the 4-hour, that the 6-hour, the 4-hour, the bi-hourly, and the hourly are showing. So this is incredibly bullish. I do expect a continuation to the upside even still. So keep an eye on it, all right, my team. So this is very nice. So what's up, 666, man? What's up, in deep? GTII, can't wait for the squeeze, my dude. It's actually happening pretty nicely right now, right? So I don't wanna say that we're just gonna rocket ship to $1 million from here, although I wish we could, right? But the most important thing to kind of remind everyone here, one of the most important things that we can do is break upside of the 107 target. Okay, if we can get a break into 108, maybe 109, and close the daily candle right upside of that target, that would put us in the monthly golden pocket, which is a macro bullish statement coming out of GTII, and that would essentially get us to run for an upside like you have no idea. All right, but this is very, very good what's happening with GTII. Also very curious that it is starting to happen right after that 822-day period, starting from the top side of this candle here to the ending of the candle that we just closed, the monthly candle that we just closed on last Friday, right? So that 822-day period is very curious because because of this. This was the previous cycle before we got a 7,000% move to the upside, 819 days. Between that, all kinds of 240 days were happening. Before this one right here, all kinds of 240 days were happening. So we noticed this time fractal, very, very, very interesting for this asset to actually realize, right? So current support team in case of a retracement, we're looking at it right now, right? 98.31 is an area of support before a continuation to the upside. We do have secondary areas of support as well. Don't fret too much, right? But this is showing a lot of bull strength, and not only that, it's that the broader markets are showing that strength too. Take a look at the SPY sitting at 440.61, green on the day. I mean, trying to close this gap right over here. Resistance at 441.11 on the SPY. Also check out the TQQQ, which is the Nasdaq Triple Leverage ETF. You are looking at 40.73. This is what I was talking about yesterday, team. Upon getting the ADP payroll results, this was very likely for us to find an immediate capitulation. Is just any reason to get the capitulation, and then also a recovery based from that. So this recovery is absolutely real. It's definitely happening, and it's in our faces right now, team. So daily GTII facing the resistance from its SMA 50 and the EMA 55. That is likely the reason why we're facing some resistance right now, team. It's very perfectly aligned to those moving averages. Natural ebb and flow, okay, here, guys. All right, natural ebb and flow. Anyway, so let's go ahead. So I'm tempted to short Mullen. No. Hold on. Don't do that. Let me look at it. You don't want. You need validation first. Okay, so confirmation for short. Oh my goodness, man. Hold on. I would trade maybe the 30-minute, and I would trade the 30-minute VWAP. Okay, so hold on. Maybe 15-minute VWAP too. So if I don't think I have it anywhere. Do I have one here? Man, that you scare me sometimes, bro. That's really aggressive of you. Hold on just a sec. This thing can rip to an upside, man. It'll rip you a new one too. Hold on. So let's see. Where I need to go ahead and cancel out the indicators here so I can see. I don't need NMA. Let me see. Get rid of this. I'm gonna literally get rid of all the juice within Sniper, and I'm gonna pull up. Man, this is really annoying. I hate that. Okay. So here's the VWAP, right? Yellow line. Let's see what we're doing. Okay, you already have the break below VWAP on the 30-minute. Let me see the 15-minute, and let me see the 5. Jeez, where the heck did it go, man? Come on, man. Come on. Here we go. And okay, the 5-minute. Let's go to the 5-minute real quick. Okay, the break below VWAP and the retest already happened. So this is why I'm saying that I was a little scared for you to do this right now, is because it's currently already in the money from the short position, right? So if we're looking at a short position entry, keep an eye on your momentum first. Okay, so if you are looking at that, and we're talking about very, very tiny positions here, and it would be scalp. I would not hold this for a long time, because Mullen can explode to the upside at any moment, and you could be caught with a serious shock, right? So this is something to notice too. We could be getting an upside very soon. So this is a declining volume with declining price action, indicating weakness to the bears. Okay, so that means that we could get another run to the upside to test the VWAP at 2193. So, and I see it as possible, by the way, man. So whatever support we're about to face could be actually the reason why this thing bounces. 19.99 or 20 cents, right on the money. That could be the support touch. We'll get a retracement back up, and let's see if we have any moving averages. We could very well have an SMA 10 down there. Yeah, there we go. So we do have an SMA 10 as resistance. So there is the potential to where you can get where you can ride the SMA 10 now. Okay, we broke below the SMA 10. We're testing it as a resistance. I would have to say though that this is it's kind of the entry short should have been at 22. Okay, so it's a really strategic thing on this one, man. It's going to be very tough to scalp that. So now let's see. Crazy price action today. Here to say, but I sold 90% gains, but looking for re-entry. Nice, man. And that was on that TTOO, right? So good deal. So can you check QBTS Preston? What's up, man? How you doing? Good to see you here. Drinks on me this weekend. My brother, good to know. I'm very happy to see that you did take that win, right? So coming back to FNGR team, that is what we were looking for. Check it out. We were looking for that 471 support touch, right? We're right at it. There could be that next support touch. We have a range for it, 461 to 471, and we're right at that 471 now. Okay, very important for us to follow previous resistances and supports, okay? So it's following the plan nicely, but I want you to just be careful with what's happening here, okay? This is the bounce that we're going to look at one more time to about, I think 244, or 444, sorry. We'll get that dip down there and then retest the area of about 508 or just slightly under that. We'll come back to the area of 426 and then validate that confirmation. And then get that confirmation of the conversion from resistance to support of the macro scale regression here. Okay, so yeah, that is essentially the plan right there. What's up, Off Grid Gorilla? My brother never really asks me for anything, my dude, of course. We have a few tickers to look at. We'll go ahead and include QBTS as well, but let me go ahead and make sure that my brother gets taken care of here. Off Grid, good to see you here, my brother. Let's see what we have for LCID. So let's take. Are you still in the middle of the mountains right now, my dude, trading that very awesome lifestyle, or what? Let's see. Okay, so LCID. We were speaking of resistance levels of which we would already have clearly broken out of. Very nice, 743. Very frothy on the day too. Likely facing the upside based on literally everything that's happening right now on the SPY. Everything looking like is very bullish. So 739 could be an area of temporary support. Okay, so I get the breather that it's trying to take right now, but I still also see a continuation to the upside here. And I would honestly say 8 hour SMA 200 at about 262, that would give us a range of resistance to look at. So 262 to about 762 to about 768 could be that resistance touch. Okay, this is the 2.618 at 768. That could be a resistance area. I know that we're facing a lot of pressure here based on so many other resistance levels, right? So I would be looking for a continuation to the upside, specifically in the upper time frames. Smaller ebb and flow is to happen, though. Let me see if we can get this. Let's see, 30-minute already correcting towards the upside. Nice. Okay, we're increasing volatility with an upside. When we're seeing this upside momentum and we're seeing this volatility increase like that, that means that we're literally throttling. We're hitting the gas. We're hitting the gas here. Sorry, volatility with an upside. Okay, so that's very nice and a very bullish statement from LCID as well. Let's see the hourly as well, showing an upside pivot here with drastic increase in volatility. This is very nice. Okay, MACD getting that bullish cross up here, showing bull pressure as well. This is absolutely healthy. This curvature here. Yeah, that curve there is incredibly nice. We're about to cross the moving average to the upside from the volatility component. This is 100% suggesting a continuation to the upside, and this downside is very, very limited. In fact, that 741 could have been the very bottom of it, but this is suggesting a very, very short-term pullback, of which we're in right now, before a continuation to the upside. Check out the bi-hourly MACD, already getting that bullish MACD cross, the first green bar of the day. This is awesome, man. This is very, very, very good. I'm so happy that you're in it early too, man. We're about to start increasing volatility here on the 4-hour time frame with an upside pivot. You know the 4-hour here is minimum for me. I want to see that upside. I want to see the increase in volatility minimum on the 4-hour, and we're getting it, which means that the 6-hour may already see it too. Check it out. We're already getting that reflection on the 6-hour too. Yeah, man. Yeah, this is incredibly bullish. I do see a continuation to the upside here. My targets I'm going to have to stick to. I have to stick to my guns here. 762 to the better part of 768 LCID, and then we could actually get a nice little pullback to validate the current highs as a support. I'm talking about 747 to around 753 support touch before a continuation to the upside. So off grid, man, that donation, my brother, thank you so much. That means so much to me, my bro. So I hope I was able to help you out with this ticker. We'll continue looking at it. Anytime you do need to look at it, please let me know. Okay, and then we will continue on, right? So let's see. I think TTOO. So my brother, let me. You know what? I know that you've been talking about TTOO. I still got to pull up QBTS, right? So let me just look at TTOO really quick and see what's going down. Okay, so it already reached the second target that we were looking at, right? So that was the space of, we were expecting 12.10 to around 12.99, almost 13 cents. Price action ended up leading to 13.40. So we were very close to the upside that we talked about, right? So now you're getting what could be the validation of the one spot 272. Since we are slightly under the one spot 272 at 1096, there could be a continuation retracement here to maybe, I'd say, and it's very short term too. I would give it the range of about 1005 to around 1044, and we're at a hair away from that top side, right? So wait for that retracement here if you're gonna re-long the entry, right? So this would be one of my entry positions again. But man, this thing is massively bullish. Please take a look at your RSI in the 6 hour. Absolutely moonshotting here. We're getting a very nice curvature on that MACD. Man, this is very nice. This is very, very nice. Increasing volatility here too on the 6 hour. Let me take a look at the immediate short-term time frame real quick for you, my bro. So let's see. So we're getting there could be a continuation to the downside. Actually, we are looking at an increase of volatility with a downside pivot. So that means that we could be touching down at, okay, yeah, I would have to favor this. This is something that I would have to favor as one of the long zones. 1032 to 1046. We're facing the resistance of the one spot 272 in the 30-minute immediate short-term time frame. 15 minutes should show a downside too. There we go. Hourly time frame should as well. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. It's very limited. It's a very limited amount of downside that we're gonna face here. Okay. So yeah, I would honestly favor this. The reason why we're stopping the way we're stopping here is because there is an imbalance zone to look at. Okay. So I want to point this out to you. This is one of the signals that you can use for a type of support touch. I'm going to point them at them. Okay, this candle here, the wick, you see the wick going up to this resistance level, and this wick here, that wick, you see how there's a space between this wick and that wick with one candle in between? That's called an imbalance. Okay, that imbalance here shows a potential support or a fair value gap. Okay, so that could be an area that you can use for a bounce to the upside. Lots of people were taking entry right at that 1068. It averaged down to about 1060 and it pumped to the upside. But what they're not looking at is that the topside move was already made today. We were already talking about the 12 to 14 area or 13 area as a resistance. That was the key resistance. People longing in this zone here is not seeing that there is a further downside to look at based on this candle here. So we're getting that bear pressure. Okay, hold for that, because this would be this is honestly my area, one of the zones to look for long entry before a continuation to the upside. Okay, so I still am looking at TTOO reaching upwards of about this resistance range here. I'm not letting it go. 1468 to 1543, and I'm not letting it go because of ego. I'm just not letting it go because momentum is suggesting it. Okay, so of course we got to remember at all times that anything that is said can be invalidated with any bad news catalyst, right? So, but let's just remember to practice some patience here. Okay, so well, yeah, we're gonna go ahead and take a look at those tickers too, team. Hold on just a sec because I do have one more request coming in. My brother, I hope it did help you out with TTOO here. But yeah, let's pull up, I think it was QBTS real quick, right? So this is another ticker that we have been looking at. So that was D-Wave Quantum, NYSE. Let's see. I want to be reminded of what we said the last time, right? I don't remember covering it too deeply. Oh, it's been a while. Okay. Very interesting. This was our chop zone, and this was the resistance zone that we were looking at. Okay. I mean, we're right around it, and we're creating a mean around it too. This is the hourly time frame, not ideal to look at. Let me see the daily time frame here. Wow, QBTS is Damn, this thing has ripped. Woo! Well, what do you know? Look at that. We got the broadening descending wedge to realize. And yeah, another thing to look at here is that since we did realize that top side, we're already testing that resistance, guys. This is literally what happens with a succession of a broadening descending wedge. This is yet again another. Hold on. I have to take a. How the hell do I do that, guys? For those of you who are familiar with the Windows platform, I am very new to Windows here, actually. So show me what it is to take a screenshot on this. Not the print screen option. I'm talking about the other option. Maybe I think it's called snipping tool or whatever. So what do you do to take that screenshot on Windows? Is that a Windows Shift P? I think it was. I'm not sure if that was what it was. Nope. I'm not sure what it is, but let's see. Zephram saying Windows key Shift S. Okay, there we go. Thank you, dude. I want to take this because I'm taking note of all of these broadening descending wedges that I've called, and there have been literally about 30 of them. So Windows Shift S, right, for the snipping tool. Very cool. Let me just go ahead and highlight that area, even though I have a million tickers on the upside here, right? So thanks, my bro. Zephram, I know you would know, dude. You're the Windows guy here, right, dude? So here we go. There we go. Thank you so much, my dude. That is the screenshot of the next ticker that we claimed, right? So QBTS, what is it doing now? Let's pull up the moving averages. Find, a nice little conversion here. Oh, man. But I do have to say that this may try to test the bottom side of the range here at around 148 before a continuation to the upside here. The thing is that we want to convert the SMA 200 alongside the take profit zone of this broadening descending wedge. We want to convert that into a support with a minimum daily candle closure upside of that. Okay, so LCID is actually starting to make that upside. Nice. We I hope that we were I forgot what it was. I hope we were just talking about that, right? So the FNGR wedge looks like QBTS. Yes. I'm really thinking that that's going to be the macro upside, man. I mean, just so that you're clear, look how long it took. So we're talking about from the breakout candle, right? So this is the better part of a couple weeks, man. So let's see, 45 days. Damn. No. Actually, it did take 15 days. So yeah, 15 days to touch the resistance here, which is honestly one of the faster formations to kind of realize here. So that's not bad, man. That's not bad at all. So QBTS facing resistance at the daily SMA 200. That is a tough resistance to get over. Okay. So what I'm saying here is that the QBTS is prepping for a macro scale shift. And what do I mean by that? Well, it's actually the SMA 50 located here with this light blue line, and the SMA 200 are about to cross each other. Okay, so I mean, I can see this cross happening, I'd say by about mid to the end of July, actually, or maybe at around mid-July. So I'd say maybe the 18th, right, of July, we can actually get this cross to happen between these two averages, and that would essentially confirm a bull market trend for QBTS. Okay, so that would be incredible, man. So now, Jose Hernandez, what's up, my dude? Saying you're the best, broski, my bro. You're the best. Thank you for coming by. So they're really shining that MULN turd. Cryptic, what's up, man? Oh, dude, yeah, Mullen at 1855. Remember, we talked about this yesterday, team. We spoke about this. We spoke about the potential retracement on it, right? So, but don't be afraid. Don't be if you're in the green right now. You can always take the profit, re-enter at a better zone, right? Because I think that there could be still a continuation to the upside if FOMO does so happen to decide so. Okay, so yeah. Anyway, so we want to get this retracement here because there could be a chance to allow some straggling bulls to get long this asset and then rip the upside too. Let's pull up our momentum indicators and see exactly how we can make that happen, right? So let's go to the immediate short-term time frame. We're getting that downside. Yep, we're getting that downside in the 30-minute. Let's see, with decreasing volatility as well. So less shares are being traded while pressuring the downside. Yeah, that's usually indicative of selling, of particularly taking profit. And we would get an increase of volatility with a downside when short positions are increasing. So in this case, there is a dispersion of returns here outbound. Okay, so that is money leaving the asset for now. And let's go to the hourly time frame and take a look at this. So yeah, we're at critical contraction here, and with the downside pivot still on the hourly time frame. Let's see the buy hourly. Okay, the buy hourly is showing a very curious upside. Let's see the 4 hour and the 6 hour. Yeah, team, there's still some downside to go here. This actually, I may have to favor temporary. That we faced a temporary support at the SMA 56 hour. If we are to face a continuation to the downside, that would be in respects to the conversion of resistance of the SMA 10. See how we were right? Look, this is the indication. Take a look at this. We're below the SMA 10 here. The SMA 10 is this green line. Okay, so let me just, you know what? I'm gonna make sure that you guys are seeing exactly what I'm seeing. No distractions. We're gonna get a very thick SMA 10. Okay, this is the SMA 10 green line. We broke we broke upside of it, right here. We broke upside of it, tested it, and rode it, and tested it, and tested it all the way up here. The moment that we started breaking below the SMA 10, that is when the macro, that is when the shift happens, right? We start then riding it towards the downside, using the SMA 10 as a guide. Then again, we break upside of the SMA 10 and we follow it. So now look at what's happening. We're breaking below it. Can you see the structure? Can you see what could be happening here? It's a macro scale potential continuation formation, of which can be considered to be a pennant or a triangle of sorts, right? So let me show you what that means. This is essentially what I'm looking at here. Something like this. Okay, and it's honestly not a bad signal whatsoever. In fact, what we're looking at here is a reaccumulation event before a continuation to the upside. And it just so happens that we're forming this pennant right at the resistance that we spoke of as a take profit at 218. Right? So this is a natural thing. And that's why I was telling you earlier, I'm sorry, I didn't see this pennant earlier, but that's why I was telling you earlier that we can come back and test the bottom side of about 150. And to be clear here, in this case, it would be around 156. So this is now practicing a very, very familiar strategy. And that strategy is actually called an ABCD pattern. Okay, so this marks X. We have the A, traders coming over here. We have B for the short sellers to open position. This is going to be for the longs to open position here at C. And then you have your D for take profit. Okay, so for the longs. So there could be this move happening within this formation here. It's a very, very, very sought after strategy, and one that's still very relevant to the current times. Right, one of the earliest formations and strategies to have traded in trading history here, but it's still very much used today. It's a very common strategy and one that can be used to our benefits, right? Knowing a range. Okay, so by the time that we reach the 6 hour support, there could be the SMA 200 located right at about there as well. So I am saying here that the bottom side could be faced by around Thursday next week. Okay, so I'm just saying here that there's going to be a lot of ebb and flow, just like this, up and down and up and down and up and down, eventually reaching that target. Of course, this can be invalidated at any point. We can only speculate and try to identify what the play is. Whenever we jump into the field, we want to see what the play is. That's being called out for, right? As soon as we identify the play, we identify trend, we identify entry and take profit. Never trade without a plan. Make sure to have that plan and execute well. Okay, team, but this is what I am looking at here. Overall, I see that we're resisting at that SMA 10. We're converting the resistance into it right now. Potential continuation to the way down here. So if you were a short seller, if you were a short bias trader, your entry was already at a 207 right now. You get short the asset 207, you start covering incrementally. So meaning that if you are open short at about 207, your next natural take profit, if you are trading a heavy account, 6% to the downside leads to 195. Not bad on the day, right? The next area of support would actually be a pretty insane downside here, right? Particularly to minus 12.70% gainer on the day, particular to these candles right over here and this opening of this candle here, the closing of this one, the opening of this one, the opening of this one. So all of that relevance here would lead to around 181. That would be an area of temporary support. This is why people would cover short term here. This is you cover position here, liquidate entirely, right? Regain short entry at 196 and continue the downside here. Once you reach 155, do not short. You do not want to get short this asset, as longs will shake hands with the big bulls here, and then with the big bears here, and the longs will take control temporarily. Okay, so please watch out, identify your play, and know for a fact that I'm seeing a downside continuation here with a validation of resistance at the SMA 10. All right, team. So that's what I'm looking at. Be ambidextrous when you're trading. You don't have to trade short. You just have to identify when the shorts are going to play. Okay, offense and defense is important for the game. All right, team. We must know how to hit the gas, and we must know how to hit the brake. All right, or else we're going to crash. All right, team. But yes, in all honesty, this is a continuation formation of which has a very nice price objective, and that price objective, we're not going to go over all of them, right? Because there's one from the very tail end of the triangle, right, that you can take as a trend line, just like this. I'm going to show you, right, just like this. Take that trend line from the very tail end all the way to the bottom side of the support. Apply this to the supposed area of breakout, which could be where. Well, that's around 65 to 70% to the apex of the triangle, could arguably be around here, right? So who knows? Late August, July, whatever that is, we can see an upside target upwards of about 397. And if you are starting to get any price action upside of, let's see, oh my goodness, man. If you start getting any price action above 332, this thing is going to rip all the way to 474. So it's a huge gap there, man. That there's really nothing to hold the asset back beyond this point here. This is a clear slide. That's the beauty behind capitulations, is that you're going to be able to see clearly where you can benefit from that upside. Look at this. This is a clean shot. Oh my goodness, man. Yeah, so keep an eye on this. This is a very good call, my brother. I'm happy that you are long this asset, but I would consider the short-term ebb and flow here, okay? Because we'll eventually ebb in, right? But I mean, yeah, just keep an eye on your targets here, okay? So Cryptic Trader saying Mullen can go to negative numbers. Damn, man. Oh my goodness, dude. Mullen is just, and I heard, you know what? I heard a heavy speculation regarding Mullen. So I heard that the fight against the shorts could be a liquidity trap. It could be some type of trap again. I'm really hoping that not to be the case, by the way. Right, so anyway, let's touch back on GTII real quick before we continue on. I know we have to take a look at a couple tickers here, particularly to let's see, how long can Mullen go? Arca, I got a tough question. No, you didn't, bro. You don't tell me that. Don't tell me you already shorted. Are you short this? Ham tweet, FNGR, the magic number is 527. Please set your alerts. Can't wait to see what's on the other side. Know what's on the other side. Okay, I'm back. Did we go over Viri? No, that we're gonna go over Viri now because it's very important that we do so. Okay, hold on just a sec. Sebastian, bro, are you short MULN? Did you, and Daryl, AGLE, of course, my brother, of course. If you are short this, man, dude, I'm not actually, I don't actually suggest to trade this at all, right? So, I mean, I know whatever we've been saying has had a nice upside, right? So, and whatever else has happened, yes, I get it, but dude, this is very dangerous. You're at a zone to where you can face a support, okay? So, Sebastian is a savage, bro. That fool, he does not have a... He definitely has whiskey trigger, man. Trigger finger up in here. Right? He is not afraid of exposure in the markets, which is absolutely what creates a good trader, right? It's the no fear aspect, right? Because if you don't expose yourself at some point, then your risk tolerance will always remain kind of high. So Mullen's too scary to short for me. The slight blow in the wind and it pumps. Yes, that's what I told him. I was like, dude, let's see. I did not. Okay, you're just curious. Okay. This is very close to a critical support. Okay, so let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is the 6th wave. The probabilities are increasing for a reversal here, man. And I do think that there could be a touch to 1822. That 1822 could be a very strong area of support before a bounce to the upside. Arca's advice, expose yourself. Guys, show me exposure. Oh my goodness. Oh man. So eggplant land. I forgot what movie actually ended up showing a bunch of eggplant. The parents were it was that movie where the parents were so worried that their teens were going to prom, right? And they're all going to lose their virginity or some crap like that. And a good day to you, Joel. Good to see you here. And they were all so confused over why their teenagers were texting eggplants and freaking water droplets and stuff. They were like, "What does that mean? What does that mean?" Right? They were all panicking because what movie was that? Oh my goodness, man. So I am doing very well, Joel. Thank you so much. It's looking very awesome in the markets today, man. Jeez, GTII still pushing that narrative, man. Very, very clean upside. Let me know if you know what that movie is, man. I think it had a. I don't know if it was that if Melissa McCarthy was one of the supporting roles as a mom. I'm not sure, but it was a bunch of funny people within that. Right, but awesome movie. That just the eggplant thing reminded me of that. So funny. Anyway, so we have to come back. To life here. Okay, enough of exposing ourselves, teams. So let's see. So. Tristan, dude, thank you so much. So Zephyr Man actually told me that there's a quick way to do that, right? So that was a Windows Shift S for the snipping tool, right? So you just click on that and it creates this whole black screen of which then you could select the area that you want to screenshot. I haven't touched Windows in a long time. In fact, I haven't built a Windows system since, 13 years ago. And I have to tell you, man, they are very advanced now. Windows has certainly stepped it up, right? And particularly to HyperX, MSI, Corsair, and Nvidia, right? So they've certainly made some, and Asus, of course, they have made some serious advancements on their systems, and this is quite the impressive system I have next to me, man. It's very, very, very nice, and whoever built it, which it was a supporter. I think one of my master's students too. It was a gift from me, so that the guy knows his cable management. Man, good stuff there. So anyway, team, let's go ahead and take a look at what the heck is going on. I know that we still had a couple of tickers to look at, right? So let me pull back here in the FNGR. We wanted to find out what 527 was, right? So why 527? What is the deal with 527? Let's see. I would give 527 a range, right? So it is the bottom side of this candle here, right? That's literally 525, right? So I think I would give it the range between 525 and about, I'll show you the gap. This gap here, right over here, the bi-hourly gap at the top side could be the resistance 538. Okay, so I see that as a resistance, but I'm not sure that we can reach it today. Although yesterday, man, Sebastian told me that the battle between the Bears and the Bulls yesterday at the end of day was serious, man. Are you talking about the max pain? Is that the? It's a fundamental metric. So if we're facing max pain at 527, then there could be a heavy resistance there. And a retest back to the area of 502. Okay, gotcha. That's essentially what it means. Zephyr, I know, dude, bro. I'm so lucky, man. I'm so lucky to have such amazing supporters within the community. So, but yeah, man. I'm actually about to, if I can't find the exact modules for the RAM sticks, The HyperX RAM sticks, they're like 3,000 something megahertz, man. They're super, and they're DDR4 or 5, sorry, or something like that, right? So GDDR5, I think. But dude, if I can't find the exact matching ones to create 64 gigs of RAM, then I'm probably just gonna buy the 4 modules to make 128. But I'm still in the market for that 4090 NVIDIA card, man. It's got the 2080 right now. It's not bad, 8 gigs. But I'm about to run my own AI language generators. I'm gonna create it, so I need more video power because it's gonna be highly dependent on GPU. So Viri, dude, Berenson, my bro, guys, get out of here, man. Berenson has literally been telling me like, bro, Viri, hey. Arca, dude, take a look at Viri. And I'm like, yeah, bro, let's take a look at it right now. But wait, I got to look at this ticker. And then I go, hey, dude, check out this ticker, though. And then he goes, dude, Viri? And I'm like, all right, cool. I'm going to go back. Let's look at it now. All right, but hold on, the SPY. And then the SPY. And then he goes, dude, Viri? Dude. Oh, man. Look at that. Daryl is already distracting me. Okay, so on the dude, I'm so sorry, bro. I don't mean anything by that. I'm just fooling around here like a freaking idiot, man. So, clear line of regression here. Remember that we were looking at this inverted herpy-derpy, right? So we have that inverted or the inverse head and shoulders formation of which we can identify a trend from, right? So this is I'm going to show you 2 trends, first of all, okay? Because it's hard. I know that you can see the shorter time frame inverse head and shoulders here, right? Shoulder, head, shoulder. But there is also huge shoulder, huge head, and huge shoulder. So this is a double head and shoulders. A normal double head and shoulders, by the way. So normal followed by double doesn't make any sense. My apologies. What I mean by that, it's okay that it has 2 shoulders and maybe even potentially 2 heads. It's fine. Right, but my thesis behind this was that this was a hidden bear trap, right? And I spoke about it just last week, I think, right? And I said, man, that magical number, right down there around 126, right, or 120 something, that's going to be the spot before the bears get super trapped, right? They are not looking at this as a macro scale support validation, right? So meaning that we have this right over here. Man, the fact that they didn't see this is just it's mind-boggling. Okay, so this is what I'm talking about here. Support touches right down here. Even this, actually it was this one here to 123. There we go. That was the target. So if we zoom out, this is a right-angled broadening ascending wedge of which we've been looking at. Team, we've been looking at this ticker vary since about 26 cents, I think, right? And I think I said that it would reach around $2 literally in March. So we were riding this wedge. We noticed that we could be breaking out, and from this resistance, the regression, that's where we came back. We came back to test it again and again. And that's what I was saying. I'm like, dude, there's a lot of shorts piling up right now. This is hella FOMO. Right, and they're not noticing the right-angled wedge here. It's about to get tested again, and that's going to create a freaking bear trap of epic proportion. Right, so price action has essentially moved to the upside about 21%. That is just about 21%. That is absolute bear pressure. Or pressure on the bears, right? So they were honestly thinking that this could be the head and shoulders formation to realize a downside of which could have led to around 76.17. Yes, I see it. But you also have to remember that there are formations that follow mathematical properties more than a head and shoulders, being just psychological things, right? So if that was the case, now we have to look at why we were setting up a bull trap too. And that is because we were also forming an inverse head and shoulders in the shorter time frame, of which has a higher target to look at. And that target now becomes the 2.618 at 197. I get it. It's hugely far away from now, but that's just what it's suggesting. I can't say anything else. Okay, and now, because we have that head and shoulders failing, that head and shoulders top side to the bottom side of the neckline, right? And you would naturally apply it down here at the bottom side of the shoulder and takes you to like negative $14,000, right? That now gets applied to the top shoulder. So when you apply it to the top shoulder, that now gives you a target of $2.36 because of that massive bear trap. Okay, so this was just not good for the Bears, bro. This is not good for the Bears. And to be very honest, another thing that we are doing here is that we are breaking out of this falling wedge. Oh my goodness, bro. It was over for the Bears from the beginning, man. It was not good. It was not looking good for the Bears, bro. So this is a huge succession, right? A big ass freaking falling wedge here. Breakout, retest of the support. This could be a very slight downside here, you guys. 142 to the space of about 141 could be that resistance touch, of which could have already happened since we are on the hourly chart. And that would be the validation of support or the conversion of resistance into support before a continuation to the upside. Team, man, it was over, man, from the beginning. This is crazy, man. You can't. I know that you're trying to find a ceiling here to short, but geez, man, that's FOMO. No. Don't tell me that, bro. I had never wanted finger to drop more, but it's holding so damn well. Bro, hold it, okay? Just hold on. Don't let the FOMO apply. All right, man. Sebastian Lim, Matt, you got trigger finger. Whiskey finger. Whiskey trigger. Oh, my goodness. Anyway, so let's go to VOCL and see what the hell is going down, man. Okay, we were talking about that support touch at the bottom side of the wedge. Nobody believes me. Right? And then it actually pumps to the upside. David, are you still in here? Where are you? So, yeah, looking very bullish, validating yet again that support. Let's see if we can actually get a true breakout now from that wedge, which in a macro scale would suggest a touch of about, let's see, upwards of about 17 cents, which would be awesome, right? I know that there's a lot of bag holding here too, right? But what I'm looking at here, team, is actually a deep preparation of another broadening descending wedge macro breakout. But this one is on the weekly. This is going to take months, and it's very difficult. Okay, VOCL CEO Twitter meeting coming soon to explain a new financing strategy. Yes, nice. We just got that. Earnings are not that far away. They're in August, right? They're about a month away, a month and a half. So that's also something to look at, because what I'm noticing here is that, wow, VOCL has more earnings expectations than they do. Let's see. Earnings, all to expectations. They have 3 misses. Yeah, wow. They have, okay, damn, they have 1 earnings beat. Okay, so, it's, yeah, don't play earnings, okay? Do not play earnings, but earnings may actually be good for this. Because if they do come, I mean, I don't think that they're going to come in with an earnings beat. Let's see, we don't even have expectations here. So I don't think that it's going to be an earnings beat. I think it's going to be an earnings expectation, but I don't see it as an earnings miss, seeing that we have so many of the earnings to the expectation value, right? So this can certainly pressure the price action to the upside. But remember that oftentimes the earnings reports have been playing inversely. It's not like the good old days in the 90s, right, where you get a clean good indication of earnings on something like Microsoft, right? And then it just rips to the upside upon that report. It's quite the inverse strategy now, or a more random strategy. So yeah, just keep that in mind. But we were looking at a potential upside here, and something to be very mindful of is that it was coming from the setup of a 6-hour volatility versus momentum backtest, and this particular setup hasn't actually fired just yet, but the 4-hour time frame may show the upside. Let me see. Oh, this is about to start curling to the upside. We already got that 4-hour bullish cross upside of the SMA 14 on the RSI. We're curling on volatility, which means it's about to correct. So yeah, as soon as we do have, let me see. Damn, It's hard for me to even say this. This is, man, we could have already fired the signal too. This was essentially the firing of the signal right here. So that means that if we fired the signal within this, man, this can move to the upside about 100% from this zone. Jeez, that would be stupid. Wow. Let's see. Do I have those metrics of the 6 hour back? Yeah, this is why I'm talking about a backtest team. check out your boy Arca here. Can you say OCD or what? So this is every single iteration where volatility has expanded into the dude, have you ever seen a chart like this? I guess now you have, right? So anytime that volatility has essentially contracted in the critical zones and expanded alongside alongside momentum with an upside pivot, I have taken note of every single iteration where that has happened throughout the entire trading history of the 6 hour time frame. So we have taken note of that upside thrust, the duration of the iteration, and the amount of times that we got it incorrect versus correct. Team, hold on just a sec. Let me go ahead and just say goodbye to my little lady. She just showed up, and yeah. So just go ahead and I'm not gonna leave you here with this back test, right? So so just yeah, just keep an eye on the markets for me right now, team. Let me go say goodbye to her right now. Just a quick sec. Thanks, team. All right, team. Thank you so much for holding on for me. Thank you. Really appreciate that. So, Zephram, dude, yeah, bro. That's yeah, Power Hour will be interesting. I'm not kidding, man. That is for real by hand. Let me show you. So, I know that I have quite a bit of a huge count of indicators here. Let me get rid of ADX and DMI for now. I don't need that. Okay, and I also don't need my RSI for now. So we're just going to keep an eye on volatility versus momentum, right? This is volatility, this is momentum down here. So let's go to a correct iteration. So here, this one right over here. I want to show you how I do this one by one. Right? So this is the official area to where we have broken upside of the contraction zone. Okay, so if I can actually, you know what, I can give you a better example. When we're at critical contraction like this, right, we break. So because I know you've mentioned for some tickers that have 100%, 100 plus iteration. Yes, absolutely. So this one here has, it doesn't have 100, but it does have a fair bit, right, to consider for the data set. So this has 65 iterations, which is a pretty, anything upside of 50 iterations, I start to consider as a higher probability play. 30 or 40 is still okay, but I mean, when we get up to iterations of 140 to 150, statistically speaking, that would be the break of habit, or the making of habit, right? So that would be good. So this, let me show you a condition, right? So that in case there are people who are curious over what I'm looking at, interesting. That's literally where I was. Okay, so in this iteration here, right? We wait for the upside here in the break of volatility component and the moving average upside of the 15%, right? So we get that break upside of it. And then we mark it off as an area to where we started expanding from a critical contractive level, right? So from this area here, we start to look at momentum and see if there's an invalidation. Well, there sort of was, but the upside was a lot greater than we actually faced from the opening valuation of this. So what I end up measuring is the opening value of the 6-hour bar to the high of the range, meaning that whenever we hit the opposition, or whenever we hit the highest valuation during the expansion phase. You see how we expanded and then we contracted and then continued on and finally hit the opposition? So when we hit that opposition, that's when I considered this signal to close. So that upside, when you hover over this candle, you'll see that the opening is 115 right up here, right? So you see that it's 115, right? We highlight this area, this box here, 115, right? And then this candle here would be a range high of 164. You can see it when we hover over it on the H, right? Here's the H. See on the top over there, 164, and you have 164 from my box. So I'm very critically precise with this. I have like this OCD to where I need to make sure that it's absolutely to its perfection. Because if I'm measuring statistics, I'm not going to mess around with people's like cash, right? It's a very, very dangerous thing to do that, right? So I tend to be extremely meticulous with this, with these measurements. So now, by drawing this box from the range opening to the range high, that gives me now a distance too, time distance, right? So we're looking at 8 days for this iteration to complete that move, of which was 42.61%. Every single iteration has its individual duration. Every single iteration has its validity. This is incorrect versus correct. And every single iteration will have its percentage upside because we're testing for the upside conditionally. So meeting this criteria, we have all of these 65 iterations of which I measured throughout the entire trading history, right? We can just zoom out like this so you can see all of them, right? And then these are all called samples, right? They're not population data. This is a sample set. So now we collect all that sample set, and it tells us that 47 times out of the 65 have been guessed correctly using the volatility versus momentum profile. That gives us an upside accuracy of 72.31% with a mean of 91.78. This is why I said that, oh man, this thing could actually make a 100% move to the upside, right? So now, based from this mean, I calculated the standard deviation. What is the standard deviation? Well, it's actually the iterations percentage minus the mean square rooted, okay, or squared. So the iteration plus, the iteration minus the mean squared. And that individually, literally every single 47 times all over and over and over again. So that value then gets divided by the correct amount, which is 47, and that gives you a standard deviation of 293.10%. Now, calculating the upper bound and the lower bound of the first standard deviation is a whole other thing too. Okay, so we have an upper bound of 384.86, but the natural distribution here would be 68% of the times landing at about 293.10% up or down. But what we're banking on here is the upside, because this is a volatility versus momentum upside test. Okay, so that is exactly how I do it, my brother. So, Zephram, if you're still here, I hope you heard me say all that crap. Oh my goodness, Destiny, how you doing? Good to see you here. And you are man. So let's see. Let's go back here, team. We want to take a look at a couple tickers as well. SONN, man. Yeah, that's right. You were asking me about SONN. Let's take a look at it. Okay, yeah. So there we go. QBTS actually following a little bit of a further downside, like we were saying, right? Good deal there. Let's see SONN, my brother. Let's see it. Let's just see what could be happening with this ticker here. So. Okay, wow, I haven't seen this in like a week, and we ended up getting the downside that I looked at and the bounce from it. Damn, almost perfectly. So, this is what I was speaking about, team. I put up a tweet. Literally about 2 weeks ago, I think, right? I don't remember, a week and a half or something. And I said that we're in a very precarious situation here, right? So this is, you can go back on my tweets and look at it. You'll see that I said that SONN is sitting at a very dangerous spot, right? So that was the breakout or breakdown from broadening, ascending wedge. So that also paired with that was also paired with a smaller scale broadening ascending wedge and a head and shoulders formation, of which were able to give us the projected downside, which we got almost on the money, right? We said about 46.90. The lower end of that range came out to be 46. Okay, so that was a pretty nice call on that. And then eventually I said, guys, that we would touch around 42.34. Today, we touched a low of 41.27. Okay, so this is accuracy at its best. What I do have to say is that in about 3 hours, 2 hours and 58 minutes, if this candle closes anywhere beneath the opening valuation of this prior candle, which is 45 cents, this would be a bearish engulfing. And it's interesting. It's interesting that it would be a bearish engulfing because this is a bullish engulfing here, and it's failing. Okay, so that's the saving grace. The saving grace is that the bearish engulfing may fail just like the bullish one failed. So hopefully we can get that upside since we already faced the very cover area. Now, what's dangerous here is that I did mention this before as well. This is the inflection zone. This bottom zone right here, okay, 42.34, that is our invalidation zone. So this entire upside here would be immediately invalidated with let me see, and I would say an 8-hour candle or a daily candle, preferably a daily, beneath that zone of 42.34. We close a clean candle beneath that zone, we can capitulate to around 31 cents, okay, and continue on to the downside here up to the I would say sub 30. Okay, so just keep an eye on that because there is some type of danger still being presented with SONN. Okay, so but yeah, very interesting that we did meet the targets that we were talking about. This was a slam dunk play for short position, right? So of course I'm not going to suggest that, right? Because there's just too much predatory positions short bound, right? It's not cool. So fair enough. What about the catalyst behind COSM? So, are you talking about, I'm not sure if you were talking to me, right? But COSM, that catalyst that happened yesterday with the Cana acquisition, that that is one of the reasons why I am no longer a trader that focuses on fundamentals, because oftentimes fundamental analysis tends to not play very well with the shorter time frame profit range that I want, right? So meaning that I want my profits within about 20 minutes. So a lot of the times these fundamental aspects wouldn't actually return that for me. Okay, so this is why I turned into a quantitative or systematic trader, right? Because I want to look at the day's range for some type of gain, right? So team. I mean, the thing is that you have to also try to picture or try to understand what the overall sentiment wants. So if we have priced in on COSM things like letters of intent, we have already priced in the acquisition of Cana, right? That was already pre-priced upon the release of the news. So when the surprise happened that it's completed, that's potentially not going to make an upside move because it was already priced in. So, but the real thing that people are looking for here, the biggest catalyst, and it's honestly one of the ones that I look at, right? So of course I look at acquisitions too, but I look at acquisitions at I would say the last part, right? So they are talking about the share buyback, and it has been announced, but it has been announced and it has been sought after. People are waiting for that to actually happen. So if that's the catalyst that'll send this thing to the moon, then that's, if you speculate that, then chances are is that it is, right? It's like when you're seeing something that walks like a duck and it looks like a duck, well, chances are it is, right? So in this case, we are essentially waiting for the announcement of, okay, we're going to trigger or we're going to initiate the share buyback. Okay, so if that's the case, I mean, you can see historically that there has been, I mean, Spotify just did a share buyback, I think, recently, right? And that was very bullish, right? So those types of things are what sentiment really wants here. So since we didn't get that news, sentiment doesn't really care about that, and it's a statement made in a collective group. So everyone kind of didn't like that you mentioned the acquisition. Great, that's cool. We and you've been keeping us updated regarding that. That's great, but that's awesome and all. But we want the share buyback. That's what the people want, and that's why the momentum wouldn't move upon that release of that fundamental news, right? So you have to really keep in mind when the announcements were made. See the price action, compare and contrast, right? So. In that case, since we saw that it was already pre-priced in, we already faced a rally from that, then we're likely not going to face a rally from that upon the validation or confirmation of it, right? So, but what's nice is that the price action is a little bit reactive today, I guess, right? We already faced a high of about 316, which is a lot better than the other days where we were just capitulating here. Right. So another thing to keep in mind, too, is that COSM is not running on its own steam anymore. This is now built under the Russell 2000. So we have to keep in mind now an index pressure to the upside or downside. OK, so you can see here very clearly that what I'm looking at here is actually CME. I don't like to well, you know what? The ETFs are good. Right. We can look at the index directly, but I tend to trust CME a lot more than I do spot price action, right? So in this case, we are looking at the micro E-mini Russell 2000 index futures contracts, and we are comparing this with the daily of COSM down here. And look at this clear up run that we're getting on the on the Russell 2000 futures, right? So we're getting a very nice bullish engulfing. I talked about this last night on a space call, and look at this daily time frame golden cross about to happen. So this is absolutely bullish in a shift in the Russell 2000 index, which means that the 2000 assets built under that index are essentially going to face some upward pressure, which is very curious since COSM is starting to get a nice upside today, right? We got that 316 touch. So meaning that the Russell 2000 would actually have to push exponentially for COSM to get pressured by it. So this would be pressure from the this would be pressure on the COSM from the broader market, not from company specific catalyst, right? So yesterday when it was announced, look what was happening yesterday. Right? We're getting literally an entire index of downside when a catalyst gets announced. That's not going to happen, guys. We're talking about 2,000 companies, or 1,999 companies against one, right? Of course, we're going to face a downside. The pressure is not going to move to the upside unless the high exempt here is that you do release a catalyst that is absolutely what the crowd wanted, where it would overpower and outperform its index. Okay, so yeah. With that said, I hope that was understandable here, right? So anyway, what's going on in the chat? So rolling half into GTII and FNGR, by the way. So yeah, man, I'm liking what's going on here. The Russell 2000 absolutely showing good pressure to the upside, which only leads us to see an upside on the broader markets. Look at that. Damn. This thing is recovering the highs that we got. This was literally a reaccumulation event. Man. Jeez. Hold on just a second, man. I'm over here scrambling to my freaking I'm over here scrambling to my damn broker to see what's going down. Oh my goodness in heaven, man. This is awesome. This is good. This is an incredible recovery. 442.48 on the SPY. Oh man. This is ridiculous. Look at that. 41.12 already capturing the 41 area again. This is so cool. Very sitting at 147, you guys, 2% up on the day. GTII sitting at 22.42% up on the day. 101 is still that target. Very nice price action. Guys, there's a lot of green in the streets, and that usually happens when we get the broader markets, when we get the indices to start looking okay. All right. So, yes, we can see that there is a narrative behind short selling and all that stuff. But if the broader markets are not looking positive, guys, we're not going to look positive. Okay. So just make sure not to start blaming the naked shorts and all that when we're in a bear cycle, okay? So that's literally what happened in November 2021. We started capitulating all the way to the downside, and we're expecting to squeeze on all these triggers, on all these fingers, and all these AMCs, and all these GMEs. We're not going to do it, guys. We're not going to do it if we're in a bear cycle. That's going to be very difficult to do. Okay, team, but look at this. TQQQ sitting at 41.11. That's the triple leveraged ETF right over here. That is showing absolute pressure to the upside. I'm liking that we are at least observing the futures of the Russell 2000, because that now shows us that the E-mini S&P 500 and also the ES for the NASDAQ is also in the green. So this means that in a broader perspective, we are to continue to the upside even still. Guys, this is incredible recovery, and this would be, I spoke about it yesterday. I spoke about loading calls on ticker symbol AAPL, ticker symbol Apple, right? I expressed that this would be the loading zone right now, because we would essentially face a recovery, because the payroll, I'm not sure if it was non-farm or if it was just the ADP report, right? But that was our clear indication that it was just a sentiment-based sell-off and reaccumulation based on a resistance touch. We are now reaccumulating and continuing on to that upside. So let's see. Do you see any upside coming for RCRT? Been holding for a few weeks now. So I'm not going to lie to you. I still actually have a half position holding on that too. So let's go ahead and pull that up just real quick and see what the deal is, right? So RCRT, I know, guys, please remind me if I have missed your ticker. I don't mean I don't mean anything by that. I just tend to forget because we have a few... You kind of gave up on RCRT. That's awesome, bro. Did you sell already? Dude, it's so annoying. Oh yeah, Zeph, I was explaining the VOCL backtest. Did you get to see it? Let's see the momentum on this. Damn it. Yeah, I liquidated half the position on that when it was at I got stopped out. Half the position, half the risk, and I was like, "Damn it! I should have just stopped out the whole position." But I forgot to change that. But I also did see that I didn't want to get trapped consolidating, and that's literally what's happening, which is very annoying, super annoying. But it doesn't put me out. I'm still trading. I'm actually long TQQQ. Let's get momentum up and see what the deal is. Don't do it, Finger. Don't do it. Hey, Arca, been in and out of the stream, busy at work, but have you covered? Yes, I have covered Viri. I'm gonna come back to RCRT, but while you're here, hold on, man, hold on. Okay, all right. So very important thing here. Okay, we got a very clear validation of a support. Okay. What I want you to notice here is that we're converting this falling wedge into a support touch now. Okay, so if we are to face a continuation to the downside, I am looking at about 141 before a continuation to the upside. We might have already gotten that too because we're at 145, and that would be particular to this right over here, right? This drop. This is the hourly. So we broke upside of it. We came back and tested it, maybe even again, right? And now we're sitting at 145. There is a very, very low volatility right now, so we're going to have to actually validate some very nice supports again before we can continue. Hourly time frame suggesting a downside and diminishing volatility. So yeah, we have to face a support very soon here before continuing. SMA 100 located right at that 141 level. I'm giving that the favor. Give it a range though, okay? The range is going to be 138 to 141 before we can face a bounce to the upside. And that's essentially what I'm looking at. Upon that validation, the upside resistances to keep an eye on mostly is 153 to 155 and then the SMA 200 at 162. I'm seeing this as a reaccumulation and still very bullish. Okay, so just to answer it to you in very just literally very short form, right? But it's looking good, my brother Tristan. I know you're probably at work and stuff, my brother, so yeah, just keep an eye on that, but it's looking awesome. Okay, so Stick Vicious battle, sorry I'm so late, still recovering from the COSM space last night hanging. My brother, good to see you here, Stig. Dude, so yeah, man, I'm very excited over what's happening with COSM, right? So and just like I said yesterday, right? Let me touch on it one more time, just a little bit, right? So, I mean, keep an eye on this, right? Here it is. Look at the micro E-mini Russell 2000 futures. Check it out, pumping to the upside, which is in all honesty pressuring COSM to the upside too. We're about to get that golden cross on the Russell 2000. So this is yet again going to push harder to the upside beyond the range high of 1,929, right? So that's likely to combat that top side and continue, and that would pressure all 2,000 assets within that realm. So yeah, I think that with further upside, of course, it's going to pressure all the smaller cap and micro cap assets to the upside too. But yeah, very clear indication of a reaccumulation at that 291, which sometimes tends to be that shakeout, right, that we were talking about just yesterday in the space call. This could have been that shakeout, right? I wish that we actually would have gotten that 287 to 277 touch. It might still be possible, who knows, but everything is green. So now we see the futures contracts green, right? We can go back to our SPY. Look at the SPY in massive green, 442.50. Look at the TQQQ, right? NASDAQ ETF right now, 4113, reclaiming its recent highs. So this was a huge recovery, right? And okay, yeah, take a look at this. GTII pulling back, guys, around that, literally pulling back around that support that we were speaking about just a little bit earlier. So it's okay. It's not bad. It's just facing a little bit of resistance right now. Of course, I said that naturally we would already have faced a high of day at about 104. Retracement back could lead to, I would say, the better part of about 94, 95 before a continuation to the upside and start combating against that SMA 50. Keep an eye on that, those targets too, team. Okay, so there are certainly a few things to bear in mind here. Okay, so ticker symbol APE 179 still holding that same target. AMC 428, those are still pensive and still waiting for whatever the hearing is going to rule, right? So regarding the conversion of the APE equity unit into the Class A common stock AMC. So we'll keep an eye on that too, team. So let's see. Let me go back here now to ticker symbol RCRT real quick and see what it has for us. Okay, so immediate short-term time frame. I know that there's a massive amount of consolidation here, very low volatility, which honestly is usually sometimes the validation of support before a continuation to the upside. We're currently, I mean, we're about to reach critical oversold too, so this is getting pretty close to a point of reversal. Okay, so and I would say a reversal that could start slowly. The average volume on this is not looking too strong, and let's see what is going down here. So June 21st, that is not even relevant. We're on July 7th. Okay, no fundamental news just yet. We're increasing volatility right now, and increasing volatility with a downside. I honestly would really prefer for this thing to come back and touch 22 cents so that it can increase volatility and then oversell this thing for a corrective move to the upside. So yeah, if I were to prefer anything, guys, that's honestly what I'm looking for. I would really like for this thing to capitulate down to 22 cents, 22.50, and then the volatility would then have reached a pretty nice mean here, and that would pressure momentum mathematically to the upside. Okay, so yeah, RCRT is still consolidating. I don't actually see this thing, man, and look at this. This is massive consolidation with no volume, right? So it's just whatever's happening to the ticker is just some type of validation now. And there is a inverse herpy-derpy here suggesting an upside too. And not only that is that we have already broke out at 70% of the apex to this falling wedge, which is another bullish formation. The first target of which could be located at about 25.59 to 26. The second target 29.17, and the third target would be at about 35.05. Okay, so I'm so ready to, what are you saying, brother? I'm so ready to sell the rip on FNGR. Let's go. So FNGR, yeah, remember, team, 502 was likely the high of day today. Power hour could, yesterday, yeah, Sebastian Lim was mentioning yesterday that there could be, that there was a very interesting fight between the Bears and the Bulls at the end of the day, power hour yesterday, right? So if that's going to be the case again today, then it would happen from a lower valuation, right? As a lot of people are going to try to kind of get long this, because it would be a psychological close, and that psychological close would be a green day, right? So we closed way in the money, several percent to the upside, and then that would be kind of the long period for people to kind of ride the upside coming in. So now remember that the max pain area that we were talking about earlier is 527, right? I'm going to give that a range of 525 to 538. And the max pain zone could be an area where we could actually face a heavy resistance to test back at the 502 level before a continuation to the upside. It is extremely conditional that we move on and confirm and validate every single upside that we do face. Okay, you guys, so we don't want this thing to just rocket ship at 1 second. We want this thing to rise and rise and rise over literally how it's been doing. It's a very, very healthy growth. Okay, this is a nice equity curve. I understand that there's a huge ebb and flow here, right? But the equity curve is looking very nice. Okay, so if we can get this gradual upside, then yeah, we can face targets upside of $9 here, man. This can really rip to the upside. Okay, and not even to mention the fact that we were able to locate a huge formation on this, right? So that was a broadening descending wedge, which is suggesting a topside target of literally upwards of $8 to $9. So it's huge. It's huge. Very, very big stuff here, guys. I'm liking it. Okay, so anyway, team, yeah, we're getting that touch yet again to that 471 to 461. Remember, that's the area that we're looking at for demand, and for a nice bounce to the upside. So if I were personally myself, if I were to consider longing this, I would get long the market 461 to 471 before actually an upside here, even if it does reach back down to 455. Stop loss can be set safely at about 449, 443, within that range there, and then right to the upside. As soon as you start validating or the confirmation of close, maybe 8-hour candle upside of 502, stop loss gets moved to about 471. Upon that validation, then we actually move above to the new conversion. So if we get 525 validated as a resistance, stop loss gets moved up to 501 or 502. You see how it works, team? So go ahead and keep an eye on your targets like that. It's very important for you to look at and observe the markets in that sense. This way you are absolutely protecting your longs from any potential downside, okay? So Tristan saying, haha, bye-bye Bears. So Joel, it's been interesting play to say the least, FNGR. Yeah, I agree with you, man. This has been, I mean, the thing is that there's a lot of there's a lot of counterfeit shares, right? A lot of nakeds and synthetics out there to keep in line for a potential cover, right? So, and the reason why it's dangerous is because as the shorts get stopped out, what we're looking at here is actually retail shorts, guys. This is I don't actually see this as institutional coverage just yet. So as the institutions have a pretty wide range of margin requirement, right? So at any point, and the thing is that they could get a margin call at any of these targets here, right? But the margin call on an institution is unlike the margin call of one that a retail would face, right? So a retail participant, the margin call on institutional basis would be, hey, so we're noticing here that you're getting kind of close to the margin requirement. Could you actually deposit some more funds or liquidate position here and there so that we can meet the margin requirement within the threshold of resistance, right? So then when they do get that margin call, then they would say, yeah, you know what, let's go ahead and just do that real quick. They'll get a quick slap in the hand, no fines or no anything. They raise their margin, and then they could continue into negative position. Right, so it's not quite, the margin calls that you are looking at are not quite as aggressive as they have been in the past, and they are also not nearly as aggressive as they are on retail, which is quite annoying and very, very much against the market rules, in my opinion. Right, so David saying, thanks for the VOCL info. This is a short play. No better time to get in than when nobody is looking, and it's dirt cheap, right? Far from the dead dormant. That, David, that's what I said. I think I said that, right? It's just usually things happen when things show no volatility, particularly, again, to ticker symbol RCRT. This, when people start to see this consolidation here, oftentimes you'll get a shakeout, come back down to 2108 or 22, then a rip to the upside. So it's mathematically it happens like that very often, right? So I'm liking it, you guys. So and then also, yeah, we were looking at ticker symbol WULF. So what's the TQQQ price target? Thanks, Arca. Hold on, we'll look at Wolf right now too. Take a look at TQQQ. The price target that I'm looking at least for the immediate short term, would be upwards of about 41.36 at resistance. We are in the conversion process of this support. So this support touch would be 41 to about 41.07. That would be the conversion support zone before a continuation to the upside. If we do get some power hour activity here, look at the SPY and the TQQ are barely returning anything from which they've already gained. They're barely returning. So if we can combat the 41.49 top, then there would be the next resistance to face between 41.92 and 42.44. Those targets are honestly not impossible to reach today, but seeing that we're it might happen. We're at 10:30 a.m. Things may start pumping to the upside, guys. Okay, yeah, we're getting the recovery from GTII right at about 10:30 a.m. The algos are shifting now. Okay, so that's it. Remember, we talk about this daily. We talk about we're going to observe 9:30 to 10:30 and see how the price action reacts, right? So we're approaching that 10:30 zone. What I'm worried about is that the 10:30 would mark the high of day. So I mean we can only speculate, right? So GTII is experiencing the same situation as FNGR. Yeah. So the fight against the naked shorts, man, that's an absolute thing to kind of keep in mind. How do you learn all the formations and psychology side of trading? Any books you've read that were helpful? Yes, my brother, of course. So are you, Tristan, I think I asked you this before, but I'm not sure. Are you part of the Discord? Are you part of the Arca Bulls Discord? I'm asking you for a reason. Let me know in the chat. Oh, I think this is where we left off the last time, right? I'm sorry that there's like this 10-second delay too. Sometimes I can't actually answer the questions as they come in, right? I'm going to see if I can optimize that system in any way. Daryl, yep, why don't we do that now for you, my brother? I know you've been asking that. So so that's AGLE. So let's go ahead and pull that up real quick. Okay, and C. So elegantly wasted, BBIG. Is it really happening? Are you serious? Like, no way. Hold on. Where the hell do I have it? I know I had it here somewhere. And it's a very particular chart. Here it is. Yep. Man. I mean, I kind of said this. I said this would happen just a few days ago. And I tagged a lot. I tagged a bunch of people too. But I gotta say, I haven't followed GTII for a while, so I didn't really get a lot of attention on that. But if you did elegantly, if you did notice that I put up that notification that we are about to get an upside, then congratulations to you. I'm happy that I was able to help you. Okay, but yes, I did mention that we were about to see an upside here on BBIG, and it could be in the relevant short-term time frame. So let him come back and see how much we appreciate what he does for us, my brother. Thank you so much. So been holding Wolf since February 1st. How high do you think it can go, Arca? We'll look at Wolf too. So remind me too, okay, my brother. So let me yeah, just I was very excited to see that the upside is happening here of what we spoke of for BBIG, right? So there is kind of a huge back test here, and I have to still complete it now. Yeah, we have several iterations to keep in line here, and also we're in a very, very big bullish cycle of this formation, man. This is a massive falling wedge. This is all bullish, man. It's I mean, getting this, check this out. We're now inside of critical volatility with an upside pivot on momentum on the buy daily. This is a macro upside. So who knows? Who knows? I hope that we can actually get this. Arca, can we also look at SONN if possible? It's been a while. It doesn't seem to stop bleeding. We did look at it just recently, my brother. But yeah, we can look at it again. I think it was just about 20 minutes ago. I'm not sure exactly when, right? So elegantly wasted saying, been holding BBIG contracts for about 3 months. They expire in January 2024, so I'm chilling. Okay. So the value of your extrinsic metric diminishes with longer time exposure, right? So that's a time decay. So keep an eye on your options contracts when you're buying them with far expiry. Right, so sometimes you can get higher delta by looking at closer expiry, but of course we're talking about an asset here that's completely affected psychologically and also by the naked, the naked shorts narrative too, just like GTII, AMC, FNGR, DBMM, lots of tickers of that nature, right? So this BBIG ticker is just showing a statistical upside here. Let's see. BBIG stock yesterday. Vinco Ventures faces more board shakeup. Damn. Man, it's just that their management team is just. I've never been the biggest fan, right? Rocket Lock. How you doing? How you doing? Good to see you here. Let's see. So anyway. So why is everyone on Twitter talking about 527 finger? That's Max Payne. Max Payne is 527, and that could apply. Pressure before actually increasing rates like cost to borrow and things like that. So, and also the options too, man. So that lots of things happening there. So, Joel, are you? Joel, answer me this: are you actually in my Discord? And I'm asking for a reason here. So the reason why I'm asking this is because I would like for you to. Oh hell no. I'll attempt. Man, hold on. I need to ban someone. The hell, man. Doing this shit while I'm live. That's not cool. You got to get out of here, dude. That's not cool. I hate it, man. All these spam things. Let's see. Okay, so Joel saying not at this time, sir. Okay, not a problem. Let me go ahead and jump into my to the library that I have here. And I'm gonna share with you. My education's things, right? So here we go. I'm gonna copy this. I'm gonna paste a link here on the chat team. If anyone is curious, hold on, brother. We can actually look. You don't have to rewind. Hold on. So yeah, just I'm gonna post this link here. This is my Amazon storefront. You can actually see the books that I've read. So the first one that I started with was actually How to Day Trade for a Living, author Andrew Aziz. And from there, I actually read his advanced techniques in day trading. I also read how to swing trade for a living. And I also read his introduction to trading psychology. So I read about 4 of his collection. I think he has maybe 5 or 6. And I also read a couple others in there that you would like the Playbook, which is Mike Billafury, who is the one of the co-founders of SMB Capital. That is a trading firm in downtown Manhattan, right? So they also a very good book to read. And so lots of good things there. So go ahead and click on that link, guys, and see what books interest you, and you'll see what I've been exposing myself to over time, right? But yeah, I have read a fair bit of material for the study here, including mathematics books too, of advanced statistics and some physics and stuff like that. So you're a better trader than Andrew Aziz. No, bro. Now he's a dude. That guy actually got really good. So I saw an interview and he spoke about when specifically he wrote How to Day Trade for a Living. He actually wrote that when he was first learning. So he was keeping his book as notes, right? So that he would use upon whatever next thing that he learned. Right, so that explains why it's just so no, he's not that good. I see him trade live for so you were in the Bear Bull community. That's right. So he's actually a very discretionary trader and has a crazy whiskey trigger, right? So that guy will trigger freaking $80,000 on anything, man. And I think he was already wealthy before this too. So I think he already had money, which honestly in a bull run, you'll tend to get a serious win ratio because it's a bull run, right? But trading the bear market is quite another thing. So he has great traders in bear bull traders, but he's not one of them. Yeah, team. Oftentimes it does lead to those things, right? So it's one thing to call the play; it's quite another to trade the play. Right, so it's actually a saying that I actually came up with, and I hope that it does stick to some people. Right, so just know that for a fact. You need to expose yourself to some type of risk before actually making decisions like that. But anyway, let me go ahead and refer back, because there are some things. Let's see, years. Thank Arca on his hard work by hitting the like button. Oh man, thank you so much, XX, saying to please remember, guys. Expose Arca. Hit the like button. Make sure to hit that bell icon so you are notified when I am live or trade or post a video. Right. So I watch so many videos at the same time live. Oh man. So let's see. The adjusted contract. Still trying to learn how these work. Arca. I'm sorry. You said they are BBIG1 or adjusted, so not the same as BBIG. Oh, you're talking about the hidden. The BBIG1 contracts, right? Oh man, I remember I saw the exposure of those like a year ago. I don't know if they've always been exposed, right? But yeah, I remember that particularly. Damn, dude, this is BBIG up 30% on the day. Freaking hell, guys! I'm telling you, man, that is the indication of this of all of the broader markets just facing a huge upside here. Very sitting at 145. Everything is looking awesome, team. This is very nice. Okay, so now AGLE was a ticker that I needed to go back to. My friend has not actually gotten me to take a look at it, right? So let's just observe this real fast and see what we can come up with. First of all, the daily time frame. Let's see how that's looking. Okay, so oh damn. I hope I'm not seeing what I'm seeing. Hold on. Let's see here. Could it be? Dude, if this is a broadening ascending wedge, I need to just warn you real fast, right? That this it has a high probability that it is that wedge. And that wedge sucks a lot, man. That wedge sucks very much. Okay, so test 1, 2. Test 1. Yeah, damn. This was a combined 2. and this is test number 3. Okay, man. So on a broadening ascending wedge, you never want to expose yourself on test 3. Okay, so the reason why I'm saying this is because there's a likelihood that this is going to start capitulating hard. Okay, so meaning that this is the signal for bears. The signal for bears usually happens at test number 3 resistance. Okay, so man, let me validate this. Okay, so we're starting to get a negative curvature on the 4 hour. Let me go back. 30-minute time frame is also showing a little bit of an ebb and flow here. We're decreasing volatility, so meaning people are taking profits. Let's see. 15-minute downside. The 30-minute may be reactive to that. Downside on the hourly. A little bit of a downside on the bi-hourly. And starting to affect the 4 hour. Okay, so there may be a retouch here of this support level. I'm gonna have to favor 46.41. Okay, so let me put it down for you like this. Okay, so 46.41 to the top side of about 47.21. Damn, marking a perfect cent. This could be a temporary support. Okay, we'll get the bounce to the upside here and essentially validate the resistance of where we presently are at around 49.02. That would be a resistance touch, and I think that would be the completion of the upside of the 6 hour and the 8 hour. Okay, so if we can get that resistance, 49.02, that's going to be a very strong zone to combat. If we beat it, if we beat 49.02 and close with a 4 hour candle upside of it, that would indicate that we are set to test back the area of about 54.58. Actually, let me be exact about that. 55.34. Okay, but that's conditional. That's conditional upon closing a candle 4 hours. Okay, a 4 hour candle upside of 49.02. That would indicate that we are set to test the resistance one more time. And when we do test that resistance, we're talking about paper trading here, right? So I would liquidate. I would liquidate my simulator account because I don't want to expose any more risk based on a bearish formation. It has a rarity of a bull breakout, okay? So just know that this is a formation that is implying a bottom side support, which is already a support that we're looking at. And that would be the inflection zone and the invalidation zone of this entire upside period. Okay, if you cross this 4 hour minimum candle closure beneath 34.36, you will capitulate here, and you will capitulate with a very strong slide. First target to look at is 25.98. Bounce to the upside to validate the resistance of this range here, 29.87. Then that would introduce another capitulation phase to 20.98. So this would become a slam dunk short play, closing any time period above 4 hours or 4 hours beneath 35 or 34.36. Okay, so that would be your invalidation zone, and very likely you can face a support of 29.82. 34.28 validation of resistance, entry, get short the market, then ride it to about 26.05 if it does happen in that manner. So hold on, team. Let me go. I know that there's a few requests. Right. So let me touch back down one more time, guys, on SONN. Hold on. SONN, remember that this was already met. This had already met our downside, right? So we spoke about this downside a few days ago, about a week ago, when we were in here. I said that this is a very dangerous situation that we're in, so we could actually face a downside, test the support of about 57.48 to 55.07, of which we got. Then the retest of the resistance would literally be the ascending the regression line of the broadening ascending wedge, right? So getting that validation of resistance, that's the sign, the signal to get short. So upon getting short here, we built a head and shoulders and a smaller scale broadening ascending wedge on the 4 hour. That led to a downside here. and I was showing precedence to the broadening. I'm sorry, to the head and shoulders, right? Because that was a lot more clear than the shorter time frame broadening ascending wedge, which gave us the target of 46.67, and then the bottom side, or the genesis of this formation here, is where we touched today. So I was guessing here, literally from this date, which was June 20th. We're on July 7th now. So from this date, I was already guessing that we would touch the bottom side of 42.24, and just a few hours ago, we touched the low of 41.27. So I was very close to it, right? But this is essentially marking a potential floor. Okay, so from here, notice how we're starting to increase volatility with an upside pivot. I think we're at a floor. I think this is recovery zone now. Okay, we could be actually facing a pretty nice upside. So I think Finger can be even bigger squeeze than GME, mainly because of the float. Actually, I don't think GME even squoze, or AMC. AMC was the result of options contracts. They were particularly options contracts that were purchased out of the money, and by that date, upon the expiry, went in the money and expired in the money, which is where a lot of people started exercising their contracts, and also they started to apply gamma into in the money contracts. So what we experienced was a gamma ramp, and upon a major closure of options contracts, converted from out of the money into the money, thus increasing implied volatility and increasing the pressure to the upside. So more and more people bought the options contracts, long calls, and that's essentially how it was pressured to the upside. So if everyone would actually understand how an options contract can be a serious catalyst for a push to the upside, that would be a very good strategy. So Ace in the Hole has some good information on FNGR as well. Oh yeah, absolutely. Ace and I are friends. He's a very talented fundamental trader, right? He knows his stuff. Definitely keep listening to the man himself. So Zephram 0911 saying, holding you to it, Sebastian. Finger to 100,000. Sebastian Lim. It was a moment of silence, bro. Okay. So anyway, team, let's hold on just a second. I know that we're having a few of these tickers come on in, right? FNGR could be the new HKD. Maybe, man, that would be insane. That thing reached to $2,000 from like $6. Get out of here, man. That is insane price action. My goodness in heaven. Right, so yeah, so we did get the retracement right back into the support that we were looking at, 471 to 461, bounce to the upside. And yeah, this is still suggesting that topside. Again, power hour could suggest other things, guys, but in my personal opinion, high of day has been achieved at 502, and we would have to see what happens in the following days, right? But as likely, things that have already rallied, the shift in the algorithms would now start to consolidate things, right? So yeah, look at this. Very likely TQQQ high of day. In fact, it may reach another high upon market closure. So, which, holy crap, look at this. Ape is ripping. It's going to the upside right now. Damn, is at 183. We were at 177 just a little bit ago. This thing, there is a high potential, guys, that Ape can squeeze. So this is also another squeeze play that's currently happening. And let's see. We have converging trend lines. First of all, this is the test. The reason why we pulled back here is because we got a silver cross on the daily. Testing of the EMA 21 like normal. Bounce to the upside, and notice how the SMA 200 is starting to converge with the SMA 50. Another bullish cross can happen here in the following week. So, man, that things are getting very, very extended there. Very nice. Okay, check it out. AMRS facing the golden cross right now on the 8-hour time frame, starting to get the upside. Okay, so we just keep in mind that I am looking at an upside here for AMRS, specifically to 110 to 113. So Lucid is going crazy too. So did we actually get the upside that we were looking for on Lucid? Let's see. LCID. We were just talking about it just a couple hours ago, right? Nice. We absolutely hit my top side target. I was not giving up on this team. I was definitely suggesting 762 to 767 down here from about 746 earlier today. The price action right now can resist. Let's see the momentum oscillators right now. Lucid is showing a very nice upside. Corrective 8 hour to the upside. Nice. Let me see the 6 hour time frame. Already getting that reflection to the upside. Bullish cross just happened on the 6 hour, getting the first print of a green bar. Let's see on the 4 hour time frame what is going down here. Okay, yeah, this is now suggesting a continuation to the upside. If I can give you a resistance range in a very discretionary manner, very likely we can face a resistance from this zone here. Yeah, I would say right there. Okay, so 778 to 786. But yeah, we did see this upside coming in. Every single target that we've been suggesting has been meeting thus far, literally from down here. So it's looking very nice team. Okay, so now the retracement would happen. In fact, I would actually like price action to reach 778 first before retracing back to the validation of the 2-spot 618 at 768. That would be a nice entry zone. 768 to 762 would be range number 1 in case of a pullback. Range number 2 would be 753 to about 748. We can put it down there, right? But it's just I was signaling this from beyond these targets, right? So yeah, I would suggest this. I'm sorry, right over it. I would suggest actually this one. 748 to 751 secondary zone for long, right? But remember, as of this moment, I am looking at a continuation of price action to 778 to a topside resistance of 786. Okay, so that's it's a very particular target too. Lots of resistance to be faced there from historical resistances and support, right? So this is what I'm talking about here. Another thing to notice is that this is also in a macro preparation for a huge breakout, and that is actually this broadening descending wedge, and price action currently sitting at 772. So right at about here is the price action, right? So this is in essence preparing to test the top side of about $9.12, and guess what is near that $9.12? We absolutely have the 4-spot 236 inside of the pocket within the 4-spot 618. So that would be a natural area for us to see as a retracement potential, right? For 940, retrace back to 886, load that 886 to 854 before a continuation to the upside is looking pretty good, team. So what are you thinking about Mullen? If I missed it, the 4 hour looks like it came back to breathe and filled the small gap. She coming down further, already in, but holding for a possible longer buy-in. Let's go ahead and take a look at MULN one more time for my battle here and see what the deal is, right? So actually, it's already making its tick to the upside in a 5-minute time frame. Let's see the 6 hour though. Okay, so right. Okay, so please remember, team, that I was speaking about a potential retracement to 1704 to 1822. We came at about 1861. This very well could have marked the floor, as that was the SMA 50 touch. I was expecting to see if we can actually reach the SMA 10 for a potential touch at 1822, but the SMA 50 came in and saved the day, right? So I mean, it's very close to each other, so it's fine even still. This is forming a potential bull flag here, which actually could be a very bullish breakout. Let's see, another time frame to look at here is in fact the hourly, as this is, let's see. All right, yeah, Adam and Eve formation here already realized. That was the downside target. And to take a look at this bottom side target, we would take a trend line from the top side, or it's an inverted cup and handle, okay, just to kind of give you a shorter title for it, right? So it would be the better part of about here for a downside, right? Let's see. So then you apply it there, and the downside was being suggested to go to about 1803. We faced 1861, right? So it's already realized. So this now is suggesting a continuation to the upside. There's going to be heavy resistance at 2114 to about 2168. But yeah, I'm noticing something else. This is very good. Okay, check this out. 30-minute time frame, golden cross. You see it here notifying us. hourly time frame, here's the notification, right? There it is, that little box there. This is the golden cross. We came back to validate the 50, right? So let's see, the bi-hourly. The bi-hourly is actually quite a distance away, but it's converging. So yeah, we're getting pretty close to creating the cascading effect of the silver cross, which means that the golden cross, which means that the silvers have already happening or are starting to happen, right? So this could be the validate. Okay, so if we're facing a bi-hourly resistance here battle, there could be let me see momentum. Yeah, okay. Resistance of the EMA 21 on the bi-hourly, 1966. That would be a clear retracement to come back and actually fulfill the true bottom side of the Adam and Eve. 1941, EMA 55, located at 1745. I'm sorry, 1800 at the very bottom, right? So 18 cents, and then 1732 or 1745 would be the bottom side. So yeah, I still have to honor it. Damn it, man. So upon looking at all these time frames, I still have to honor my support zone, and I think that it can reach it. I don't think that this is the official bounce to the upside. I think this is just a temporary support before we come back down and grab actual support from 1704 to 1822. Okay, so that's essentially what I'm seeing there before a continuation. So let's see. Are there chances for LCID to reach $12? I'm long while okay. $12 on which one? The LCID. Let's see where $12 is. Okay, so $12 is this resistance here. Yes, there is actually. Let's see how that can happen, by the way. So daily time frame, right? We have test number 1, 2, 3. We're in preparation for test number 4 breakout, right? We're currently at 767. Remember that we need to convert. Actually, if we're looking at it on the daily, we're going to face a heavy resistance at 928. Okay, and 928 is very similar to the 912 target that I presented that's just upside of the 4-spot 236, right? So, yeah, 928 would be essentially the resistance zone to come back and validate the 3-spot 618 at 854, which is these resistances right over here, and then that would essentially catapult us to 970 or around 958, right where the 4-spot 618 is. We would get another retracement and use the bottom side of the gap as a support. 924. True breakout happens. The resistance is clearly here. 1126. Retracement back to 970 to validate this area as a support. And then you would get that bounce to the upside. So that bounce to the upside could happen in about 2 weeks or a week. And your range is going to be 1170 to 1210. Okay, so I wouldn't be surprised if it happened just the way I just told you. At all, actually. So, let me go ahead and mark it off just like this here. Actually, I'm going to give you 1124 to 1210. There we go. This is, yeah, that's the top side of the resistance that I'm looking at. Potential, I'd say 7 to 12 days maybe, right around there. Not a problem, Destiny. I got you. I got you, Battle. Not a problem. So, AMRS at 110. There you go. There you go, you guys. This is essentially the top side of the targets that we were looking at. This would mark off a 9-spot, 39% scalp on the day. Congratulations, Sebastian. The pressure is still leading towards the upside. I would honestly try to pull at 113. So 113 would mark off, let's see, 12% gain on the day. If you're okay with a 10% gain or two, never be afraid of that, right? Because that's more than a lot of people make on a daily basis. So yeah, not a problem, Sebastian. I got you, my bro. I always got you. All right. So anyway, team, yeah, this is the broader markets. Everything is looking absolutely strong. I do see a wide market, a broad market recovery here. And I do still think we have some upside to look at, right? So Viri sitting at 145, very nice. 99 cents on GTII. This has 2 hours to close, almost under 2 hours. And we would be closing a very huge bullish engulfing iteration or occurrence. So Josh Peterson, how you doing, man? Have you looked at ATER? If not, could you please? Yeah, why don't we do that? So ATER, NASDAQ. Okay, so what is going down on the daily time frame, first of all, right? Let's see what it's got. It's a macro scale wedge. Wow. Let me see the 3-day. Yeah, several. Interesting. Hold on. This has made... This is a very curious ticker. I'm not gonna lie, this is already presenting a serious challenge. Okay, so you're looking at several iterations of right angle triangles. Let me see. It could actually be favored here, right? So let me take a trend line now from that top side to the bottom side, right? And then we apply this to the breakout zone. Okay, we met the target. So it is following geometric. Okay, let's see here. This is now another triangle, but this triangle is actually very interesting. Let's see. It's a preparing for a breakout right now. Okay, so yeah, this thing is very likely prepping that breakout. Here we go. Test 1, 2, 3. True breakout on test number 4. Very nice. It's following the golden rule of 3 nicely. We're getting the first read of a bullish bar here, and barely actually making this bullish cross on the MACD on the 3-day. 3-day upside momentum, decreasing volatility. This is mathematical. ADX just about 25% with increasing DMI plus, which is the bulls. Okay, that's good. This is let me see the immediate short-term time frame before I make a final bias here. Okay, 30-minute time frame reaccumulation, which could mean that this could drop to 53.80 to around 52.75 upon resistance touch of that 55.02. Let's see the hourly. Okay, the hourly is recovery. Bi-hourly is confirmation. 4-hour is execution. So yeah, this thing is prepping for a very, very tiny downside before a continuation to the upside, and essentially breaking out of the macro scale wedge. Okay, so this can be traded on the daily too, which is already suggesting a continuation breakout. Resistance would be, I think I would favor this resistance here. Okay, so I would do about 61.50 to, let's see, to about 65.14. Get that resistance there. Right, then the pullback would happen. The conservative trader would not long this here. The conservative trader would wait for the touch of, man, that's insane. That is an 18% gain. An aggressive trader would take advantage of this. The conservative trader would wait for the 18% gain. For the 18% resistance. Then a pullback to test the area of about 52.65 to get long with an even higher probability. So getting long from that 51 cent zone would then create a 25% move. Right? So if you are long this asset, then we're very close to a resistance zone right now. This is why we're pulling back. It's in respects to this area here. Right in here. Right? So this resistance, I'm not sure that it's the one to retrace all the way back to that zone of about 52.65. There's a lot of thrust happening, man. This has a lot of upside still to go. And I would honestly say that this thing from this point, I mean, it's increasing volatility on the daily too. From this point, I mean, let's talk about paper trading, right? Simulator trading. I would already be long. I would already get long the asset right now. I would take the aggressive side of this, and we have increasing volume too. Increasing volume with increasing price action. That's bullish, right? So, and now all of these metrics too, suggesting that upside's literally starting right now from the 4-hour time frame. The shorter time frames are all pivoting that 4-hour, which essentially is going to pivot to 6-hour, and it's already actually reactive to that. It's already kind of curving here. Finding that support from the SMA 14 on the RSI, bounce to the upside, and we're increasing bull pressure here. Dark green bar coming out in the histogram. This is very likely going to continue to the upside. Teaser, what's up, man? What's up? This is very likely going to continue to the upside, and I like the play, dude. This is definitely something is going on right now, and it's the only thing is that it's moving a bit slow. I know there's an increase of volatility here, but let's see actually the true range on a daily basis. So let's pull up the scanner here and delete the metric of the RSI. Let's make sure to zero that out, or actually blank, right? And then tab this. We'll pull up the ticker on. This is Ethereum, right? Yeah, Ethereum. Okay, so we have a 15-minute delay in data too. I hate that. Yeah, so this is what I meant by it's moving very slow, even though it's increasing in volatility. Check this out. So you have a 3-cent average true range on any day. Okay, so if let's see when we opened today. We opened at 45.70, 45, 46, 47, 48. 49.50, 51.50. We're literally at 8 cents on the day. This is way beyond its average true range, which would indicate a potential pullback. So now that pullback, because we're so strong on trend here, Power Hour could introduce a release of pressure at 61.50. But just keep an eye as well on a mid target here of 57.81. Okay, so if 57.81 doesn't work, then for sure the upper target here. We're looking from a pullback from any of these zones. But yeah, I would already long my paper trade from here and try to get the 15% gain, and then wait for the pullback here. Man, if you were actually trading this aggressively, you could short the market at a 65.14, and that would be 15% gain to the upside. And then the validation process to come back down here, 20% gain to the downside, right? So, man, 32% on a potential swing play here is not bad whatsoever. Let's see. Spotify, since IPO video earnings on the 27th may run this to the peak of the wedge. I have a stop at 159.10 just in case. So that's actually my mentor texting me right now. He is trading short Spotify, and him and I were actually evaluating this ticker together just last night. And I did say that this was quite the slam dunk play from a resistance touch of where did he say 159.10 is his stop? Damn, I feel like he's a little early. Okay, I gotta tell him. I have to tell him 12-hour gap. Damn it. So this is going to be a 12-hour gap resistance at 159.34. At 159.34. You may stop out sooner. Or prematurely. That's interesting, man. These conversations that I have now with my mentor are quite the different conversations that I had from before. Him and I actually practice strategy. It's insane, right? So he's a very talented trader and absolutely a millionaire from it. And he's about to get short the market here. Yeah, actually he's already exposed. He set up a stop loss at 159.10 here, and I think that he could actually extend his stop loss just ever so slightly because there is a gap at 159.34. So this actually is a pretty slam dunk short in my honest opinion. Decreasing volume on the 12-hour, increasing price action. That's a bearish divergence. Bottom side target I'm looking at here would actually be 137.12. And I think there were several things to indicate that bottom. Here you go. Perfect geometric level with a Gaussian band leading to 137.52. And the center of the triangle here would lead to a short position, which would be consistent of the mean band on the Gaussian channel to 144.44. So that's interesting. 144 hertz. It's a musical concept. Yeah, so 144.44 would essentially be one of those first stops before a resistance touch at 149.57, eventually touching down for a 12% gain, 13% gain short. I'm talking a multi-point gainer here, short. So, Cryptic Trader, if you're still in here, keep an eye on this, because my personal touch on this would be get short at 159.34. Or 159, and I would set the stop. Actually, in my own opinion, I would set the stop at 160.08. So yeah, I think we could get short the market here and really break down out of this formation here. It's got to pull back now, man. This is insane. This is a huge run on Spotify, and what's really interesting is that we're actually getting negative reads on I mean, look at this, man. The surprise, it was a decline of 34%. So this earnings report, so many earnings misses, but why are we getting uprun on negative earnings misses? This is way overvalued. This is absolute. I'm calling bullshit on this, and this is actually, if I were a short selling institution, I would already be wondering why that's happening. Spotify is actually showing some signs of other types of potential manipulation or something. I don't like what's happening here with the earnings versus price. So something is weird. So great analysis. Thanks again, Josh. Not a problem, my brother. Happy to help. So Fingers earnings is coming out soon. Yes, we can actually determine that right here. It looks like FNGR could be facing their earnings. Let's see, Wednesday, August 2nd. So let's see. Teaser saying mostly just been keeping an eye on things. Nice to be done with work for the week, dude. Yes, man. That Spain trip was awesome. So happy that you're back safe, my brother. Very good. So Josh, yeah, I'm happy to help you with that, my brother. Let's see if we can actually get that thing to play out the way we're thinking, right? But yeah, I would essentially long this market here. It's just I'm a little afraid of this not moving as fast as we wanted to. At 1 hour 49 minutes, we're going to be closing this as a bullish engulfing candle formation. This would be an introduction of a continuation to the upside. If we don't face that resistance, at 61.50, then I think the resistance of the 57.81 could be it. Man, I don't know. Yeah, I'm sorry. I meant that inversely. So if the 57.81 doesn't work, then the 61.50 would be the one to look at. Okay, or the range of the 61.50 to 65.14. Okay, so yeah, keep an eye on that. Yeah, Spain was absolutely stunning. Well worth it, man. That is awesome, my brother. Very, very cool. So now I know, Sebastian, I know you've been asking me for this for quite some time, right? So let's look at ticker symbol Wolf, Bitcoin miner. Okay, so Bitcoin is actually showing some pretty nice upside, although this is actually showing upside beyond. This is actually beyond what. Oh, dude. Sorry, I got distracted by FNGR a little bit here. Let's see. Okay, so yeah, I wanted to just load up here one instance of Bitcoin. So let me see if I can actually see Bitcoin spot. No, not. I don't want to do spot. We're live right now, so we can do. Here it is. This is the Chicago Mercantile Exchange, right? So that's CME futures contracts for Bitcoin. So let's take a look at what's happening right now. So this was a clear breakout. We're in the validation process of a support. 30,000. Let's see. I would actually say that 29,400 would be your invalidation zone, and it's very close to it. Okay, so $29,400. Any daily closure beneath that zone there would introduce a temporary drop to about 28,755. Validate that 29,004, and this would capitulate, a very serious capitulation to I'd say 27. to the better part of about 27,003 to around 25,004. So that's a huge little slide there that can be faced, and it would all start with a daily candle closure beneath 29.4. Okay, so but I'm still favoring the bulls as there is an overall price versus volume increase. So this is still bullish, meaning that wolf would essentially continue reacting to that. And we spoke about this, man. We literally spoke about this range. Ebb and flow here before a continuation to the upside, and it's literally what's happening. So I'm definitely a fan over what's happening in wolf. Let's see the resistance level. So there is a resistance. The high of day may have been realized just now. 274 could have been that high of day. Retracement back. We need a validation of support at 252. We're at 263. This is the 252 zone here. It's facing support from a candle here, but I think it could still reach a little bit lower. So we can long the market 253 to 234. 253 to 234 would be a pretty nice long zone. Let's see. Here it is. Okay, there we go. So if in the event where we are to retrace within the shorter time frame, then this would be the zone to look at as a long area. It's quite wide, right? It's about a 20-cent deficit there, but I think that this could be a nice loading area before a continuation to the upside. Upon validation of this support here, price action would essentially rise to around 317. The range would be 317 to 325. I'm going to draw it in right now. Okay, so this is what I'm looking at for the shorter term of ticker symbol wolf. Very, very nice. Okay, so let's just measure what that's taking us to. So if we're looking at 263, that would be a 20% gainer to the bottom side of the range that I'm expecting. And the top side of the range of a 24% move to the upside. Let's just say that you did long the market from 253. That converts almost 25% to the upside for to the bottom of the range that I'm looking at. This is awesome, team. Ticker symbol wolf still has upside to go. Historically speaking, you can see in the RSI that we have gone clearly way higher. 91 spot, 93%. We're currently sitting at about 80%. Okay, so yeah, this thing still has upside to go. We have absolute upside still. I know we're overextended here, right? And we're reaching a critical volatility, but volatility is still increasing with an upside pivot, and we have DMI support. So we have ADX sitting at 33%. Man, that is indicating a very strong bull market trend, and the DMI Plus, aka bulls, are leading the way very nicely. Steve, you said something earlier and I didn't catch it. So TD says FNGR earnings are on the 13th of July during market hours. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and trust TD Ameritrade for that. The Bled, what's happening with SONN? I just came on, so I don't know if you spoke about it already. Yeah, I have talked about it a few times, actually. SONN, I said that it could be at a floor now, because it realized the bottom side of the ascending broadening wedge that I tweeted about just about a week or a week and a half ago. So that bottom side target, we got a very clear bounce from it. So we could actually face a very short-term downside just to retest that very bottom side that we faced about a day ago or today or whatever that was, just to retest that support before a continuation onto the upside, as everything is actually starting to pivot towards the upside on SONN very, very slowly. Okay, but it's there. It's actually making a very nice move. Okay, so keep an eye on that. All right, team. But anyway, let me take a look at chat saying Chat Vivian saying, "Hey Arca, hope your day is going well. I don't know if you have covered SONN yet today. If not, could you please go over it a little when you can? If you have, see, I can go back and look. No, not a problem, my brother. So it's just that's what I'm talking about. It's just potential floor has already been found here for SONN, right? So in the floor being consistent to, let's see, this test here is what we're waiting for. Oh, oh, man, I'm sorry. We're actually on our way to it even still. 42.34. We want that test. Okay, that would be the completion of the broadening ascending wedge. Okay, so that would be indicating that the cover zone for shorts is there. I am going to warn you, though, okay? This is something that I did mention earlier. This is an inflection zone, okay? So meaning the invalidation zone of this entire upside that we've been getting is here. Okay, so that any daily closure, any one-day candle closure beneath the zone of 42.24, 42.34, that would indicate a deeper capitulation. Okay, so love watching your live streams during market hours. Arca still didn't receive an email reply. Oh my goodness, man! I'm gonna put the freaking reminder right now because you and a couple other people have inquired regarding the private mentorship. Of course. Let me go ahead and put that. Okay, so I see you here. Here's my reminder, and I will reply to you within a couple hours. Thank you, Steve. Thank you so much for reminding me of that. Let's see. No worries. I can see you were busy. Just interested in learning more about pro trading. Absolutely. We'll definitely get in touch with that. Right. So I just a couple other people did also inquire about a potential either a very, very tiny group or individual private mentorship. So we'll go ahead and go over those details together, and we'll see what the real deal is, right? Because I was honestly not considering continuing. It's just so many people are asking, and I feel bad, right? But anyway, team. So Off-Grid Gorilla just sold LCID calls. Let's see, $6 calls for 208% profit on a 10-day trade. It's still holding shares at 562. Off-Grid Gorilla, congratulations on that win. So that is absolutely powerful, man. Watch out for SONN on that target, guys. Don't let it fall beneath that, okay? Any daily closure beneath that target would capitulate. That would be an entire invalidation. Okay, so let's see. Nice. So we got that top side, right? We got the top side of the 2.618. We were suggesting 767 or 768 at the 2.618. Price action ended up going to a top side of about 773. Very close. Very close. I honestly thought that we could have the power to reach this 778 to 786. BBIG making moves. We're going to go back and check that out. So, yeah, congratulations, my brother. This is a reaccumulation. I expect a retracement back to around 751 to 748 for a validation of support before a continuation onto the upside and eventually reaching this target, 778 to 786. That could be a high potential, too. So, but I'm very happy that you were able to get a multi-point gainer here, man, on the $6 calls. So that is a heavy amount of intrinsic value. Very, very, very much congratulations owed to you, my friend. I love it. So now, real quick, let me go ahead and touch down on BBIG as it is making a continuation to the upside, and it is now up 37.5% on the day, 39.17 up now. So again, team, I'm not going to say I didn't warn, right? So I did put up a tweet regarding this, and it's particular to a buy daily momentum versus volatility, or volatility versus momentum back test. And I still have to complete it myself to get exactly what those targets can be. But this is already incredibly bullish. This should be shifting time frames. Let's see, 4-hour time frame, increasing volatility, upside pivot. This, without manipulation, of course, I can see increasing to the target of about 206. Okay, so we'll see on that. But this type of price action is supported by things like the broader markets, right? We're getting a very bullish day here overall. Damn, GTII 103 testing that upside yet again. My guy. Oh my goodness, look at Ape ripping to 184 now. Damn. Guys, there are a lot of assets that are suggesting a continuation to the upside. BBIG currently up 43.33% on the day. Guys, this is crazy. What? Damn, BBIG killing it. Absolutely killing it. Oh my goodness. That is badass. So I'm not going to warn without any context, team. I did put this out days ago. Look at that, 40% on the day. My goodness. Absolutely powerful. Let's go ahead and go back into my Twitter here. I want to make sure that we can touch back on that, right? Because it's a very clear upside that we can see, right? So, oh man, actually, lots of people ended up getting a pretty good amount of. I didn't even notice that. 5 retweets, 32 likes. Okay, so nice. Let's see here. Let me see if I can share with a tweet. How can I do this? Man, Twitter is an absolute. It's so easy to get information in and out of that thing, right? So let me get my. I'm just gonna share the link, right? So. And then tweet it, because people are going to be like, right, you did say it, bro. So, BBIG, getting the upside we were looking for. Good deal. Let's post a link for that. And sitting at 41% up on the day. Damn. 41% up. Good deal here, guys. Good deal. Awesome. Anyway, so that's it for the Twitter people there. So team, what? Let's see. Let's go ahead and go over one more thing. Let's see. Time to change. Time to change up. Oh man, BBIG is it's such a difficult play. Well, I guess that is why I have ordered $3 and trying to get into Arca's training. My brother, man, I hope to really share and give away some knowledge here to you. Right, I'm telling you, me and my mentor have gone over discretion like crazy, right? So now I'm into systems trading and exploring the possibilities of algorithmic execution in automated trading, right? So, oh yeah, right, literally right here. This is let's see. We haven't actually gotten any re-entries since last Friday, as the conditions are not set yet. Team, this is something I am going to make available to retail eventually, right? So this is particularly so you can see for yourself, right? So this is right over here, right? So it is a algorithm that I have been writing through the means of AI. And particularly to the volatility versus momentum footprint, and the strategy tester right now is forward testing this. I'm in at about just over a month of forward testing this, and I'm still showing 98% profitability here. We have turned $50,000 into $5.8 million over the span of 551 trades, with an average of 3 trades for every 6 bars. So I'm sorry, for every 6-hour bar. So every single candle is 6 hours. It averages 3 trades within one of those. And we're looking at a 10,600% gain on every single trade. The drawdown that we have had maximum has been a 92% drawdown. So we have lost $351,000 to make $5.8 million. So this is insane. Cryptic Trader knows that name, bro. Look at this. So he calls this. He actually, that's the Arca T1000 millionaire creator market killer algo bot. Dude, so he's been asking me about it. He's like, dude, I want to long that algo, right? So So Steve Mertz, I'm not sure if I will ever be able to let go buying my average down on stocks I'm stuck in so I can get out, or being able to just cut my losses, especially when playing short squeeze stock. But maybe. Oh, Steve, I will show you so many things that will make you change your narrative entirely around in the span of a day. So I will show you exactly why that plays against you, and with proof. So that's a lot of my students have seen that already, and they're like, what? Why would I ever add to a loser? Right? So I effing hope so, says Steve. If you want to be successful, you will have to. Yes, absolutely. Cryptic Trader couldn't have said it better. Right, and one more thing, team. This is the equity curve. This is the equity curve that we have faced over time, right? So this is an absolute powerful algo. So now, if we're looking at the script here that was written, this is the entirety of the script, so you can see it, right? So this is the top portion that we're looking at. There are several portions to the downside which indicate about a 120 lines of code here. And what I do have to say is that in order to achieve what it's doing right now, about 15,000 lines of code have been written and deleted in order to get how this thing is actually trading, right? So it was quite the process to create this thing, and it does have risk management built into it. Trailing stop loss points set at a 5% point drawdown in the event to where it does pull back. For example, here, almost every single sell signal that I have is not sold to the take profit zone. It's sold at a trailing stop loss. You can see trailing stop loss, averaging 20,000 QQQ shares every shot, right? So this is a very interesting strategy, and it seems to be working very well. So, and now EO saying, I can't wait to get that algo. Oh my goodness, you guys, this is absolutely awesome. I need another few months of forward testing so that we can maintain profitability and safety, right? Safety for the cryptic trader saying, here's the algo. Dude, that's actually 70 cents. Dude. Have you ever actually donated on YouTube? So I don't let's see. I don't need no safety. This thing will rip anyway, right? I think we need a few more zeros. Yeah, dude. I mean, you want to see check this out. You want to see what it'll do if you put $100 into this thing? So let's change the equity up to not a $50,000 trading account. Let's see $100 and trade $80 of that, right? So, and then let's see what it does. So let me apply that metric here, see what it changes to. Okay, so $100, right, over the span of 551 trades has made a 23,400% gain. We have turned $100 into $23,400, and it's trading $42 on average. Okay, so the drawdown has been a 184%. So we have lost $1,400 to make $23,000. Okay, so 10,000 is not good enough. Tom R, liquidity grab last hour on the SPY or what? Well, let's see. Man, 441.71. So this thing is pressuring the upside again. TQQQ about to break into that 41 cent zone again. Guys, this is the algo trading that. So just so that you're clear, yeah, potentially we want to see if we can actually combat the high of day, but very likely 442.63 was the high of day. So BBIG still moving. No way. What? Guys, 50% up on BBIG. Don't tell me I didn't warn you. My goodness. Oh, goodness gracious, team. That is insanity. Oh, man. Oh, geez. So, yeah, if you're man, this is absolutely cool, you guys. I love to see it, man. Retail deserves a win here and there. Please, man. So no FOMO here. Do not enter now, guys, okay? Because the entry I signaled was at 116. So, and that's where I was saying that it's indicative of a potential floor. You didn't warn me, Arca? Bro, come on, man. That is absolutely, you have to also pay attention to the what is it? To the Twitter. Right? So let me just pull this up over here, right? Take a look at that. So that that was essentially where I said BBIG. This was on July 1st. Check it out, July 1st, down here. I said, BBIG, there is a setup coming into fruition on the buy daily chart that is worth talking about. Falling wedge with increasing volatility into critical highs paired with stochastic momentum with an upside pivot. This is a mean reversion play. I will be running a deep back test to gain the probabilities of this happening. By doing so, I will also gain visibility for the upside targets. Funny how this is happening on this macro closure, not the semi-annual close. I'm sorry. Now the semi-annual close happen. Institutions are rebalancing their winners versus losers. Usually macro closures are the best close at lower values to report lower values on the books. This was my warning. We were trading. Man, if we can even see it, right? Let's see. Can we get that? Let me see. Where were we? Bro, we were at 112. We were at 112 when I set this signal, man. So this is absolutely bullish, man. Very, very happy that it is coming into fruition, right? So retail deserves it, man. Retail does deserve it. So, oh snap, Arca pulling out the receipts. Let's go, Tom. You know how it goes, man. Pulling out the receipts, keeping it real. So, Joel, if I have learned anything, do not buy after running up. No, short after the run up. Right, but 112 to 180, you guys currently sitting at 50% gain. This is 100% absolutely bullish, man. So, yeah. Guys, volatility plays are where it's at. That's literally what I was just explaining right now. This, right? The algo is trading exactly what I just mentioned for BBIG. There's a high accuracy within looking at the footprint model team. Okay, so this is a break of market structure here already. We're looking at a support now, support conversion of, let's see, 167 to about 166. So, damn, it's 11:34 team. I have been having too much fun here. Let's go ahead and keep an eye on our. I have to wake up my little guy. That guy is over there still sleeping away. I had to wake him up 35 minutes ago. But we've been having a great time on this stream, man. This has been an incredible stream. I appreciate so much everybody for coming by. Team, keep an eye on this, okay? Keep an eye on this. I did signal the upside on this. It's a very powerful upside. Okay, so I do think that this still has a continuation to go. Remember that I was favoring 201. Okay, 201 is my essential target here, and this could be realized upon power hour about 28 minutes from now. Okay, Cryptic Trader, rule of trading when everyone is super freaking out happy, that is sell. That's right, sell into greed, buy into fear. So, that's a narrative that absolutely has to be followed, and I think Warren Buffett was the one to set that, historically speaking, right? So, yeah, he's a very intelligent guy for that, right? So, what the hell? Somebody just sent me a text saying, "Is this Jen?" No, bro. I'm not even going to reply to you. All kinds of scams out here. Let's see. I take it you're on the West Coast. Joel, I am absolutely in Southern California. I am in Palmdale, California, West Palmdale to be very precise. And yeah, it's 11:34 a.m. where I am, right? So I need to get 11:36 a.m. now. I got to get this guy woken up because now he's going to push my schedule. Thank goodness it's a freaking Friday because now I can readjust them. So appreciate you, Arca, says Teaser. Great coverage and information, my brother. I'm very happy to provide what I did today. And I'm also very happy to see that literally all the plays that we talked about made the upside we were looking for. So 186 right now, dude, 55.42% up on the day. 187, damn. BBIG is pumping. Who the hell is covering? Right? So there's more board shake. Oh, right. So we're talking. I remember that guy Ted Farnsworth, right? I remember not a lot of people like him. I forgot what it was, right? I haven't practiced the fundamentals here in quite some time. 55% up on the day. Get the hell out of here. This is powerful, team. Very, very cool times here. GTII, man, BBIG, all of these tickers facing a very powerful upside. Look at this. GTII not returning anything from what it has gained, sitting at 104. Man, this is crazy, man. This is crazy. I love what we have seen so far today. Check it out. Breaking our inflection zone. 102 is that support area that we want to validate. Right now, guys, 104 is a break of market structure. We want to get into 107. We want to get into 105 to 107. That would put us in the golden pocket, and it would secure an upside for the coming week. So Rosy Gray Glasses, BBIG criminal shorts may be afraid of the lawsuit. I think so, too. That could be a high potential. So there could be early coverage, but to tell you the truth, I mean, covering covering because you're afraid of the lawsuit is like, bro, why are you running from the cops? They're not chasing you yet, right? So these guys are getting chased right now. So I definitely believe it. Daryl saying, Arca, thank you for your time and analysis. You're very welcome. So Josh Peterson saying, thanks, man. Have a great weekend. You too, my brother. Take care. GTII going for the high of day. Absolutely, man. Ripping that upside. Moderator Sebastian Lim, appreciate you. D's nuts. BBI G10Q needs to be filed today. Right. Today was the last day, right? So the cutoff. So I assume it's going to be releasing some pretty nice changes. Or was it the 8K? Or the 10Q? Or I thought it was an 8K, actually. I don't remember. But regardless, this is absolutely showing it's going to be an interesting power hour team. If it does combat the 107, man, this is... I have my eyes on this target. I have my eyes on it here. I'm thinking 119 to 127. I'm not sure that I can face it today, but that's essentially my target that I'm facing in a very discretionary manner. Arca, go wake your boy up, says, man, yes, guys, I got to go. Okay, team, I love you all. Thank you so much for coming by. Thank you for all your support. Thank you, my donors. I really appreciate everything you do for me. Okay, team, so I'll go ahead and put up some plays. I'll follow up with some videos, and we'll get the thing going, right? Thank you, Arca. Enjoy the weekend with your family. You too, guys, okay? So that's right, end of year 2022. That's how it goes. But great live, Arca. Thank you, The Bled. Love you guys. Thank you so much for everything you do. And I will talk to you later on tonight. All right, team? Peace out, everybody. Be safe. Be well. Cryptic Trader. I'll catch you soon, my dude. I hope that buck helps. My bro, every bit helps, man. You're one of those donors, dude. So Rosa Gay Glasses, peace out. All right, team. Take care. Be well. Be safe. And I will catch you at the bell pretty soon. All right, team. Later. Bye.